here being spicy, I ain't even have my coffee. I'm up early in the morning, time to get it in. Time to show and prove, show you what I've been doing.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm coming with a passion. I'm trying to get to know you while you thinking that I'm asking. I like to get it popping, cause my sound is supersonic. I done came so far.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen.
I just woke up out my sleep, threw some water on my face. Yeah, it's just
welcome to the show.
Ain't no tossing and turning all the time for insomnia. I know the best way to make it is to cut the drama and give it my all.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
And even if I fail, at least I was honest. See, I can only do what's in my power to do, and what good is this power if I use it like a fool? If I wanna make it to the top, I gotta study clues, or I can sit back and just watch the news. Don't try to photocopy, you can never top me. I was born to be a winner, you can never stop me. Don't try to photocopy, you can never top me. I was born to be a winner, you can never stop me. Don't be wrapped up in your feelings and be careful when you flashing. And when you play the game, man, you better know your options. Don't try to photocopy when you out here being saucy. It's getting too spicy, I ain't even had my coffee. Don't be wrapped up in your feelings and be careful when you flashing. And when you play the game, man, you better know your options. Don't try to photocopy when you out here being saucy. It's getting too spicy, I ain't even had my coffee. I just put my watch on, you know what time it is. I'm chasing my purpose in this music business. Let's get it in, I'm so focused on my mission. There's no competition, there's no excuses for opposition. One thing's for certain, I'm motivated to be in the kitchen. I gotta listen if I wanna make a difference, cause what I'm doing can't be lost in an instant.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm making a living, so why the hell are they tripping? Is it because I'm the one that they see in their visions? I got a million different ways I can hit with precision. I know I'm gifted cause the way that I
all right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show.
Don't try to photocopy, you can never top me. I was born to be a winner, you can
She's
never
not
stop
gonna
me.
lose.
Don't try to photocopy, you can never top me. I was born to be a winner, you can never stop me. Don't be wrapped up in your feelings and be careful when you flashing. And when you play the game, man, you better know your options. Don't try to photocopy when you out here being saucy. It's getting too spicy, I ain't even had my coffee. Don't be wrapped up in your feelings and be careful when you flashing.
All right, DJ. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. DJ, go ahead and kill the music. All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Welcome to the show. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are still pushing through a couple of technical difficulties. All right, but we will try our best. I guess we will try our best to keep things above board. All right. So before we get started with today's show, you know what? Let's take care of some housekeeping items. All right, you know exactly what that means. All right. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, hold on one quick second. All right. How's everyone doing this morning? Happy Friday, by the way. Seriously, happy Friday. We survived another week. All right, but let's get started with the broadcast. It's a special broadcast, all right? For those of you who do not know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or some like to say Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it's quite simple. Nothing but the truth, so help me God. All right, the second H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I'm humble. There's nobody more humble than me. Listen, if I get it wrong, Jesus Christ, I can't do any battle. If I get it wrong, I will be the first to apologize. It just turns out I haven't been wrong lately. All right, and then the last and final H, ladies and gentlemen, is because you guessed it, I am and will always remain the most handsome. Hey, are any of you Trump supporters out there in the audience? Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter, all right? I just want to know where the audience is at. Any Trump supporters out there, please put a 1 in the chat, all right? If you're MAGA, put a 1 in the chat, all right? Okay, great. At least I got 1, all right? I'll open up the boxes and have those conversations with you towards the end of this broadcast, all right? And you got to keep in mind, this is a light show. Yesterday, my machine crashed, so I'm having to redo all of the hard work I do. Hold on. My machine crashed, so I'm going to redo all of them. So I don't got everything, but I got enough to make it through today. All right, ladies and gentlemen. But listen up, MAGA. This is going to be a very uncomfortable broadcast for you. All right, because what I do is I tell the unadulterated truth. All right, and what I do is I do it in a way that's meant to shock you out of that cult that you've been in. All right. And so listen up, Trump supporters. If you don't want to hear the truth this morning, do me a huge favor and leave this live and go hang out with your miserable friends on TikTok. All right, go hang out with them because they'll lie to you. I won't. All right, and it's going to get very, very uncomfortable, like I said. But you know, a lot of you don't believe me, so maybe you'll understand it if I say it, or if I have someone you recognize say it to you. All right. So to the Trump supporters that might have a problem with the way that I'm running my broadcast, you know, because you're lactose intolerant, meaning you're allergic to the facts, this one's for you.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country...
Are you driving uncomfortable?
If you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right. So the gloves are now officially off. All right. Now, I have a MAGA demon in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, that said they're happy and they thrive in uncomfortable situations. I've never heard anything like this in my life. Would you mind coming up here real quick and explaining to Zeus why you feel that's an appropriate thing to say? It's Friday. I didn't want to ruin your Friday morning, but go ahead and accept the guest request. Come on up here. It's such a ridiculous thing. Ladies and gentlemen, I sent that nasty user. Wait a second.
Oh, Lord. Why are you calling somebody nasty? So you're already throwing out insults?
Yeah, because, you know, you said you thrived.
That's a real good way to turn on the audience.
Well, you think I'm trying to turn you on?
Real nice.
You think I'm trying to turn you on? It's Friday morning. Why would I want to turn you on when you got a MAGA demon in you? What I'm trying to do is cast that demon out of you. Yeah, see, the thing is, you've never had anybody be this honest and direct with you about that nasty cult you've been in, huh? How long you been in that cult? Show me your cult membership. How much do you pay a month? How much do you pay a month?
I don't subscribe to it at
all. Do you go to a gym? Do you pay a monthly fee in a gym?
Cult at all.
Oh, okay. What do you think of it as? What do you think of it as?
I'm actually worried about my country. I'm actually worried about what direction my country is going in. So, if it's a cult...
Woo! You getting me activated this early? Wait a second. What direction do you think the country is?
Did you just wake up?
You actually told a hilarious joke. Look at the chat, bro. Everyone's laughing at you. You're not concerned about anything but Donald Trump and his dirty diaper. Yeah.
Oh, I guess because we're just tired of changing Biden's dirty diaper.
No, I'm not. See what you just did? You used your back muscles.
I pooped my pants.
You used your back muscles to pivot. Stick to what I'm talking about. Biden is no longer an option. You know what Biden did? He outmaneuvered Donald Trump, and he got out of the way. That's something Donald Trump could never do. Donald Trump is the worst of the worst, just like his supporters. The worst of the worst, the scum of the earth. This guy, Donald Trump, isn't even a successful businessman.
Half the country that voted for him is scum. So now you're going back to the exact words of what got Hillary Clinton ousted. Oh, we're all deplorables. No. Is that right? So you want to come together? Do you not want to come together as a country? You just want to. Okay.
How about we do? How about we do the poll? How about we do the poll? Put a 1 in the chat.
You want to sit on a poll? You want to sit on a poll? What?
Do you know how many people in this audience? Do you know how many people in this audience do not want to come together with you? You know why? Is your mind open right now, or is it still? Is your mind open, or is it still closed? Is it still closed? Because Donald Trump is a 78. Donald Trump is a 78-year-old criminal.
Oh,
convicted criminal.
What were his convictions?
No. That's.
What you go look it up for? Why is he not in jail?
You know what's coming? I'm going to cover that too.
They're waiting.
You know why they don't want to come together with?
Gets elected.
Where do you, sir? How old are you? Seriously, what age are you? In your 50s, 60s? Where are you at? Be honest.
I'm 37, and I'm in Alabama.
Okay, Alabama. Don't you think you're a little too old to be still believing in Donald Trump's lies? I mean, you sound like you are a thinking person. You're a free thinker, right?
Yes. I try to be.
Why do you? I mean, do you believe in Santa
Claus's opinion as well?
Do you believe Santa Claus comes down the chimney every Christmas still?
Yes, I still do. I bring him milk and cookies too.
Do you believe in the Tooth Fairy?
Yes.
And you believe that January 6th, you believe that was a peaceful protest, don't you?
Were there any weapons found?
You believe Nancy Pelosi was responsible for you and your friends?
Do you believe that?
You believe that, right?
Protest the other day, whenever Palestinian flags were being flown.
Oh, there you go. Listen. You're using your back muscles again. I didn't ask you to pivot, bro.
Well, hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's arms and traps day.
Yeah. So let's stick to what I was talking about.
I'm sorry.
So Yeah. So what I'm going to do, sir, is I'm going to ask you to get back in the audience, all right? Either at your own will or I'll have to do it. Because what you've proven to me...
You go ahead and do it.
What you've proven to me is you... No. What you've proven to me...
I'm asking you, what are you asking me? You're derogatory.
I asked
when
you...
I say I thrive, let me just explain when I said I thrive in uncomfortable situations.
Okay, tell me.
I like uncomfortable situations because
I like being lied to. You like being lied to. Keep going.
Well, then tell me some truths about what Biden has done.
Biden has gotten this.
Okay,
well,
let me ask you.
No.
Because that's a lot of stuff that I've heard.
Wow, this guy's
everybody is trying to say that Kamala Harris was not the border czar. What is your opinion on that?
Is that an official title in the government?
Look up.
Is there such thing as a border czar in the government? Is she the border czar or the vice president? Wait. Is there an official user? Answer my simple question. Is there a such title in the United States government as the border czar?
Yes.
So and then did Kamala Harris apply for that position? Since you want to be an intelligent.
No, she was deemed.
Okay, so user, look at that. This is what I'm saying. Your mind is playing tricks on you, user, and you know what, user? I've had enough this morning. All right, ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving user, who was full of the MAGA demon, who when asked real tough questions, all of a sudden got a phone call, a round of booze and shame, all right? Get out of here, user. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry that we had to get the show started like that. He said he thrived in uncomfortable situations. Well, I just put user in an uncomfortable situation and he ran and he hid. Just like all of the other MAGA demons do. See, I haven't even gotten all of my sounds ready for you, user. But trust me, I want you here every day, Monday through Friday at 6:30 a.m. Pacific time so I can wear your special behind out. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, user, I want you to understand why Kamala Harris is going to be your next president, all right? Because Kamala Harris is going to make sure Donald Trump is never, ever going to be able to escape the fact that he's a 78-year-old criminal. 78-year-old criminal. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. This means from age 0 up to 78, he's worked really hard at being a criminal. And this is his claim to fame right before he gets the ultimate MAGA reward. Lourence O'Donnell does an excellent job. This is a work of art the way Lourence O'Donnell does this, all right?
Now, the oldest nominee for president in history, and Kamala Harris is not going to let anyone forget that, as we will see in a moment. On another day, when economic news indicators showed the world-leading strength of the Biden-Harris economy, Donald Trump did what he usually does. Nothing. For 4 years, Donald Trump was the laziest and stupidest president in history by far, and now he is the laziest and stupidest presidential candidate in history. He is the only candidate for president today who did absolutely nothing today. Wow. There is no evidence that Donald Trump got out of bed today. He wouldn't have had to do that for the unhinged phone call he placed to the Fox propaganda network this morning, an hour before the new GDP report came out showing even stronger growth in the American economy than anticipated. In a statement, President Biden said, today's GDP report makes clear we now have the strongest economy in the world.
Hey, user, are you still there? Are you okay, user? Are you still there, Mr. You thrive in uncomfortable situations? I guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, he won't say another word in this chat because he knows He just got cooked. Any of you following User, you'll get cooked just like him. We're taking no prisoners this morning.
Thanks to my and Vice President Harris's economic agenda, our economy grew a robust 2.8% over the last quarter based on strong American consumers and business investment. That will not stop Donald Trump and did not stop Donald Trump from lying about the American economy and pretending it is something other than the best in the world, as he did, of course, today on the phone with Fox, when he also called Kamala Harris real garbage.
Wow.
I get a kick out of one thing. They say, sir, be nice. You just got hit with a bullet. Maybe he's changed. Be nice. And I'd love to be nice, but I'm dealing against real garbage. When you hear that.
Okay, sir, two things. Number one, according to the FBI director's under oath testimony yesterday, we don't know if Donald Trump got hit with a bullet. The FBI director suggested it could be shrapnel or something else far less dangerous than a bullet. Donald Trump is the only person in history protected by the Secret Service who was shot at, brought to a hospital, and then did not allow any of the medical personnel at that hospital to explain to the news media what happened to him.
Wow.
None of the medical personnel who treated Donald Trump at the hospital.
Hold on. Is everyone okay? Any Trump supporters out there? Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter, because I told you it was going to get uncomfortable. All right, User, are you still here, User? I told you all, this is the worst broadcast you've ever went through. All right? We're taking no prisoners. MAGA, this is your end, and it's being put right here in front of you on this app. Let's go, Lourence.
Have been allowed to say what they think drew blood that day.
With respect to former President Trump, there's some question about whether or not it's a bullet or shrapnel that hit his ear. It's conceivable, although as I say here right now, I don't know whether that bullet, in addition to causing the grazing, could have also landed somewhere else. But I believe we've accounted for all of the shots in the cartridges.
And number two, real garbage. If you're the type of person who tries to think of people as inanimate objects, it's hard to think of someone who would better personify real garbage than the man who you just heard call his opponent real garbage. Everything out of Donald Trump's mouth is real garbage.
Facts.
And should be treated as such by the news media. Donald Trump is a pollutant.
What's the deal with these ads?
You hear this? You hear this? Lourence O'Donnell is literally microwaving and cooking Donald Trump right in front of his deranged supporters. Look at them in the chat right now. They're triggered right now because they can't believe all this heat is being put on them behind their cult leader.
He has polluted American politics. He has polluted the vulnerable minds of the people who believe QAnon madness and all other sorts of utter impossibilities about the world, and then follow their hero, Donald Trump. He is simultaneously stupid enough to believe the real garbage that he spews and liar enough not to believe all of it. And so, the real garbage campaign is underway. On most campaign days between now and Election Day, the oldest, laziest, and stupidest presidential nominee in history will do absolutely nothing, but will probably manage to find the time on social media or otherwise to spew his garbage, including on Rupert Murdoch's garbage channel, where they all lap it up for money, Rupert Murdoch's money. Rupert Murdoch is the richest and oldest owner of a propaganda channel anywhere in the world, and he has dedicated it for years now to the delivery of real garbage directly into the homes of Fox viewers on behalf of the real garbage man, who is the oldest and only criminal presidential nominee in history. The Harris campaign's response to Donald Trump's words on Fox this morning was titled this way: Statement on a 78-year-old criminal's Fox News appearance.
Statement on a 78-year-old criminal on Fox News. MAGA, congratulations, MAGA. You've played yourselves right into the Democrats' hands. You have every problem that you were accusing Joe Biden of. Now it's officially your problem, just like the border is. All because you want to support a 78-year-old criminal. MAGA, you're getting cooked today, and Kamala Harris hasn't even gotten started. It's just me and the chat cooking these Trump supporters like we love to do.
The statement then took issue with some of what Donald Trump had to say.
Cut it out, Blondie.
Of course, but the whole point of the statement was in that title. And that's the part that Donald Trump will be hit with every day, and that will hurt him personally every day, because we know who he is. We know enough to know that the phrase 78-year-old criminal will hurt him personally. And is going to be thrown at Donald Trump every day for the next 103 days by the Harris campaign.
Yep.
And every one of those days, it's going to be true. Donald Trump is going to be 78 years old, and he is going to be a criminal, a convicted criminal, every day of the presidential campaign. And on September 18th, in the middle of the presidential campaign, he's going to be sentenced.
User, are you still here? Remember you got in my box? And you were asking about Alvin Bragg and what convictions? September 18th. He should be out there debating. But guess what? He's going to have to deal with getting sentenced for election interference, falsifying business records in the New York hush money trial. Ladies and gentlemen, MAGA is getting cooked this morning, and they can't believe it, all right?
34 criminal convictions in a Manhattan courtroom, and Kamala Harris is not going to let anyone not pay attention to that fact, that Donald Trump is a 78-year-old criminal on that day when he is sentenced, and on every day of the campaign. Of all of Donald Trump's bad qualities, his stupidity is both the most consistent and the most publicly damaging quality he has, because it is the stupidity, the raw, unrelenting stupidity that lets him say things like this publicly.
Listen to this.
She's got a new line, you know. She's going, I'm the prosecutor. She's one of the worst prosecutors in history. Their campaign says, I'm the prosecutor, and he is the convicted felon. That's their campaign. I don't think people are going to buy it.
Wow.
What's to buy? It's true. She's a prosecutor, and you are a convicted felon, Donald. The entire world knows both of those things are true, and both of those things are going to be true every day of this presidential campaign. And now the prosecutor wants her day in court, the court of public opinion, with the convicted felon.
I'm ready to debate Donald Trump. I have agreed to the previously agreed upon September 10th debate. He agreed to that previously. Now it appears he's backpedaling, but I'm ready. And I think the voters deserve to see the split screen that exists in this race on the debate stage. And so I'm ready. Let's go.
You hear that?
When Donald Trump does pull himself out of the easy chair and get out on the campaign trail, as he did yesterday, he no longer uses that line about how he always hires the best people, since so many of the people he hired as president, he then fired, and so many of them and others who...
Ladies and gentlemen, I just want you all to know we're 8 minutes into Lourence O'Donnell's segment, and he has not let up on Donald Trump's rear end. His orange rear end. He's cooking it like you do. You put it in a little skillet or something, turn the heat up. That's what he's doing to Donald Trump. And look at his supporters in my chat. To the Trump supporters that are in my chat right now, and you don't like the way that I'm running my broadcast, maybe you didn't hear what your deranged co-leader said.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave.
Yes.
As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave.
Yeah, leave America, MAGA. You're not wanted.
For Donald Trump as president, including his vice president, Mike Pence, have turned against Donald Trump in this presidential campaign.
It's over, MAGA.
Donald Trump continues to demonstrate just how bad he is at the very concept of hiring and expertise in government. Yesterday he said he wants race car drivers to guide our military. He wants race car drivers to tell our generals and the Joint Chiefs of Staff and the Pentagon what to do. Donald Trump believes that if you can drive a car in circles, surely you can tell the entire Defense Department to do what to do in every situation. He also said he thinks that football coaches should come to the Pentagon and take over those meetings and tell the generals what to do. What? Here's one of Donald Trump's favorite former football coaches.
My opinion of a white nationalist, if somebody wants to call him white nationalist, to me is an American.
That Alabama white nationalist may be America's stupidest person who has ever won a football game as a coach. And he is now, of course, a Republican senator.
Wow.
While Donald Trump did absolutely nothing today and may have spent the entire day in pajamas and slippers, we don't know, Kamala Harris accepted the endorsement of the American Federation of Teachers in Houston.
Listen up, MAGA.
As you may know, I am a proud product of public education.
Good job, Kamala.
Many of you know that my first grade teacher, Mrs. Frances Wilson, God rest her soul, taught me and educated me and encouraged me and inspired me. And years later, when I walked across the stage to receive my law school diploma, Mrs. Frances Wilson was in the audience.
Listen to the crowd.
Yeah.
Big crowds for Kamala Harris. Big crowds.
And that's who you are. I know who you are. I know who you are. This work is personal. And it is professional. And it is so critically important.
Amen.
And so it is because of Mrs. Wilson and so many teachers like her that I stand before you as Vice President of the United States of America.
Big
and that I am running to become President of the United States.
Get rid of MAGA, Kamala Harris. Thank you. Thank you. We don't want MAGA in this country.
In this moment, we are in a fight for our most fundamental freedoms. And to this room of leaders, I say, bring it on.
Bring it on, because we're going to destroy you.
Bring it on.
Bring it on, MAGA. You don't got much.
Bring it on.
Thank you, Kamala. Thank you. Thank you, President Harris. I'm going to call her President Harris. Thank you. Because these Trump supporters don't get it. Big crowds. Big crowds. Big love for Kamala Harris, MAGA. You hear that, MAGA? Cook. Kamala Harris is cooking you this morning, too. We cooking, MAGA. Go ahead.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Go ahead.
We believe in our country.
Amen.
We believe in its promise of freedom. And the American people believe in the promise of freedom.
Amen.
So we are in the fight.
And today, Future Forward, the Kamala Harris super PAC, said it will spend $50 million to broadcast this ad in key electoral college states in the 3 weeks leading up to the Democratic National Convention. Joining us now is Democratic Senator.
So she's going to be spending money Trump can't on making sure her message gets out to the American people. Ladies and gentlemen, it's with great honor that we must do this together. We just literally did 10 minutes of nonstop pressure cooking on Donald Trump and his supporters in this live, right? They are crying today like they've never cried in their life. And it's all possible because Kamala Harris and folks like me, folks like you, continue to take no prisoners when it comes to MAGA. And guess what we got to do? Join me in giving these Trump supporters what they deserve. Our first honorable round of, you guessed it, booze and shame. Silence you MAGA demons. Now, for those of you who are still in the audience and you're upset and you're angry about the way that I'm running this broadcast, you might want to leave, all right? Because like I said, I do this to get it to the point where you get out of that cult. But you don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Yeah. Now let's cover a couple of topics and then open up the boxes. All right. It's going to be light because after that, it's pretty much a done deal. Any Trump supporters that survived that. Oh, that is hilarious. I don't think any Trump supporter just survived that. There's no defense for that. All right. Next thing to talk about is this, and there it is. The internet has erupted after, guess what? President Obama has endorsed Kamala Harris. All right. See, the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, Trump supporters were saying Obama would not endorse Kamala Harris. Well, we wake up this morning and we find out, hold on, let me see if I can get the video queued up for MAGA, because MAGA doesn't believe the truth when you share it with them. They make it up. They think the truth is, they don't think the truth is real. All right, hold on 1 second, ladies. Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah. MAGA thinks they know everything. They had a little bit of a conspiracy out there that Obama would not endorse Kamala Harris because, he didn't believe in her. Well, it turns out, ladies and gentlemen, well, that's not true. Obama does believe in Kamala Harris. Hold on. Okay, he does. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there we go right here, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, MAGA, do me a favor and just mute. I want to hear you crying, though. If you're a Trump supporter and this is making you feel uncomfortable, put some tears in the chat, please. Please do that, all right?
Introducing Ned's Black Psoriasis. He thinks his flaky red patches are all people see.
Hold on, we gotta pay the bills.
Is the #1 prescribed pill to treat plaque psoriasis.
Any Trump supporters out there, while we're paying the bills, any Trump supporters out there, please put some tears in the chat. We want to see those MAGA tears, all right? All right, it's a safe space. It's a safe space, all right? Just put some tears in there next to your name, all right? And we would love to get you the help you professionally need, all right? Let's move it along.
Just in to CNN, Kamala Harris landing her biggest endorsement to date. Her ascension to the top of the Democratic ticket, all but complete.
Here it is.
I can't have this phone call without saying to my girl Kamala, I am proud of you. This is going to be historic.
That was Michelle Obama. MAGA, say Michelle Obama for us. Please, MAGA, put Michelle Obama for us. I would love to hear you say that because you're going to get a lot of Michelle, you're going to get a lot of Obama, and you're going to get a lot of Kamala, all right, in the next 102 days, all right? Listen to this.
To say Michelle and I couldn't be prouder to endorse you and to do everything we can to get you through this election and into the Oval Office.
Oh my goodness. Michelle, Brock, this means so much to me.
It does.
I'm looking forward to doing this with the two of you, Doug and I both.
Former President Barack Obama and Michelle Obama both giving Vice President Harris their endorsement at the conclusion of her first whirlwind week as the presumptive nominee. They join a long list of Democratic Party leaders who are giving Harris a boost, including President Biden, Dr. Joe Biden, the Clintons, congressional leaders, Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, and Nancy Pelosi, the whole lineup. The Obamas had remained on the sidelines until now. Obama had said earlier in the week he wanted to see how the process played out inside the party. But now they're ready to put their weight behind Harris. The new statement on the endorsement, they say, quote, at a time when the stakes have never been higher, she gives us all reason to hope.
Bingo, bingo, bingo. So guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We just cooked these Trump supporters once again. Trump supporters, put those tears in the chat so we can help you out, all right? But in the meantime and in between time, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do? Join me in giving Donald Trump and his supporters what they deserve, especially you, Tina. You're afraid to get in the box and defend your cult leader, but we don't need you. We'll do it anyway. Let's give him a round of booze and shame. Get him out of here. You guys keep getting played like a fiddle. I told you, Trump supporters, this is going to be a very, very uncomfortable show for you, all right? And you know what? Guess what? You did it to yourselves. You really did, all right? You really did this to yourselves, all right? I got a couple of more topics, and then I'm going to open up the boxes and hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth. So piggybacking on Kamala Harris getting endorsed by Barack Obama, I just want to call this out to the Trump supporters. We're on to you. Donald Trump is scared, just like you. I can't believe you all follow this guy who you guys think is Rambo. They do these photos and they put Rambo's body on him. They think he's very strong, but not when you have a prosecutor like Kamala Harris on the ticket. Absolutely not. He's a coward. Yeah, he's a little kid. He's a petulant child afraid of Kamala Harris. So Kamala Harris has now started to taunt Donald Trump for backing out of a debate. All right. Vice President and presumptive Democratic nominee for president Kamala Harris taunted former President Donald Trump after his campaign backed out of an agreed debating, citing, quote, chaos in the nominating process. Presidential debates have been a key in the campaign, to say the least. After Joe Biden's debate performance touched off calls for him to drop out of the campaign, he announced that he would no longer be seeking a second term, and minutes later threw his support behind Kamala Harris. Biden's performance overshadowed the fact that Donald Trump rattled off as many as 50 lies at the debate, in which CNN decided not to have moderators fact-checking him. Prior to that debate, the campaign had agreed to 2 more debates, one presidential and one VP debate. Well, yesterday night, ladies and gentlemen, this is what Donald Trump said, all right, in a campaign statement. This is what this weak man said, 78-year-old criminal. This is what he said, all right, and he said this because he doesn't want to go up against a woman like Kamala Harris, who's a trained prosecutor. This is what he writes. Given the continued political chaos surrounding crooked Joe Biden and the Democrat Party, general election debate details cannot be finalized until Democrats formally decide on their nominee. There is a strong sense by many in the Democrat Party, namely Barack Hussein Obama, that Kamala Harris is a Marxist fraud who cannot beat President Trump, and they are still holding out for someone better. Therefore, it would be inappropriate to schedule things with Harris because Democrats very well could still change their mind. This is what the scaredy cat wrote. All right, and you know what our vice president said? She says, "What happened to any time, any place?" Donald Trump, we heard you. Didn't we hear him?
They're called bionic boomers.
Didn't we hear him say anytime, any place, ladies and gentlemen? Hold on, let me see if we got it.
We have an empty podium right here to my right. You know what that is? That's for Joe Biden. I'm trying to get him to debate.
Oh.
I'm calling on Crooked Joe to debate anytime, any place. We'll do it anywhere you want, Joe. So that we can discuss in a friendly manner the real problems of our country, of which there are many, instead of trying to have corrupt prosecutors fight your battles for you.
Yeah. Another lie by Donald Trump. Only his supporters believe him. I get it, all right? What happened to that guy, User? He came in my box earlier. He said he thrives in uncomfortable situations. User, are you still here, or did we cook you? Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do? Join me in giving Donald Trump and his supporters what they deserve once again. Another round of booze and shame. User's done, huh? Hi, Lisa. It's not my fault. Listen, it's not my fault that you all chose to follow this 78-year-old criminal. It's not my fault. But if you do continue to follow him, that's your fault too, all right? Because see, the evidence is out there. You know this man is no good. You know it. All right? Now, ladies and gentlemen, guess what I got to do? I got to wrap up this broadcast. I usually have more topics, but the monologue was very important to cover. All right, Tara, thank you so much for those Zeus hands. And you know what this means, ladies and gentlemen? It's time to cover January 6th, all right? I know you all hate it when I do it, but I'm going to cover January 6th once again because we got some more seditionist, treasonist traitors that need to be brought to justice. All right. So before I move on to that part of the show, is there anyone out there, all right, that believes Donald Trump's claims that the 2020 election was rigged? Anyone out there still believe him? All right, because, I want to make sure I cover everything that I can leading up to this, all right? And forgive me because we're going to go through it a little differently since I don't have everything that I normally have, all right? But I'll say this to the Trump supporters, all right? Donald Trump lied to you, all right? And the lie began during his 2020 presidential campaign. And I'm saying this because there are some people out there that still believe that the 2020 election was rigged. MAGA, I want you to understand why it wasn't rigged. Donald Trump knew that he was going to lose, all right? We were dealing with civil social unrest going on in this country tied to, the unaliving of George Floyd. We were in the thick of a pandemic, a nasty, nasty pandemic. Unemployment was skyrocketing. The economy was tanking. And so Donald Trump, in an act of desperation, he decided to engage in what we call a couple of schemes, all right? You know what those schemes are, all right? One of the schemes involved the fake elector scheme, all right? And you remember the so-called perfect phone call, where he pressured state officials to find him 11,780 votes, all right? All right? Meanwhile, he had a lot of you believing that Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss, the two black poll workers out there in Georgia who have now won a lawsuit against Rudy Giuliani, right? He had you believing that they were doing something illegal with the ballots when they weren't. All right? So Donald Trump convinces his supporters that the election was stolen. He never concedes, right? He never concedes. And what does he do when he realizes that my supporters believe all of my big lies? Does anyone know what he does? All right. I'll show you what he did. He issues a demand. You all remember this famous tweet of his, right? Where he gets on Twitter at the time and he says, "Attention, all Trump supporters. I lost to Joe Biden and I'm very, very angry. What I need you all to do," this is what he told you, "is to send me all the money that you have in your checking account, your savings account, under your mattress, even your 401ks, all right? Send that to me because that would make me feel very good. But then the other thing that I need you to do is this. I need you to meet me in Washington, D.C. at a big protest that I'm throwing called Stop the Steal, all right? Be there, will be wild." This is his invitation to all of you, right? And so what did the Trump supporters do, ladies and gentlemen, when they realized they had the opportunity of a lifetime to be wet and wild with their daddy? What did they do? All right, well, I'll show you what they did. They decided to take him up on his offer. One by one, they began to cram in the back of these U-Hauls. All right, and you want to know who's in the back of those U-Hauls? All right, I can help you out. It's these guys, the Patriot Front, these white supremacist groups, all right? Oath Keepers, Boogaloo Boys, Patriot Front, you know who these folks are. They crammed in the back of these U-Hauls, no air conditioning, just a bunch of sweaty men wearing masks. And you know the thing about the mask that gets me is these are the same liars that during the pandemic lied and said that the mask wouldn't allow them to breathe. Isn't it funny, MAGA, that you can breathe when it's time to be racist and commit crimes? See, this is why I don't trust these Trump supporters, not one bit. User, hey, thank you, Dark Frank, for the subscription. User, are you still here? I know I'm cooking you right now. He probably left, is crying somewhere in his pickup truck that he was in when I let him in. He's probably crying right now. I don't care. So these white supremacists began to converge on the United States Capitol because in their minds, they were Donald Trump's foot soldiers. All right? Donald Trump thinks he's the modern day Jefferson Davis, leaving the modern day Confederate Army. All right? And so as they began to get to the United States Capitol, get this, they received an update from one of their own, and this is who we call it. You know who this is? That's Marjorie Trader Greene. Many of us suspect she's the pipe bomber because look at the shoes they match. But a lot of us also call her 3 toes, right? 6 toes down for Donald Trump. And listen to what Marjorie, we call her Lieutenant Marge, right, Ange? Listen to what she was telling those supporters, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to what she was telling them.
If we have a sea of people, if we shut down the streets, if we shut down everything, if we flood the Capitol building, flood all the government buildings, go inside. These are public buildings. We own them.
No, you don't.
We own these buildings. Do you understand that? We own the buildings and we pay all the people that work in the buildings.
You hear that? So now that she's gotten these Trump supporters, ladies and gentlemen, to believe that they own the buildings, guess what happens next, ladies and gentlemen? Let's go there. Let's go there. You know, there was an exchange that took place in the White House between Donald Trump and his then Vice President Mike Pence. All right, and this is serious. All right, Donald Trump walks into Mike Pence's quarters and he says, Mike Pence, buddy, old pal, I got everything in motion. I got the fake elector scheme in motion. Can you say scheme, MAGA? I got the fake elector scheme in motion. And I just need you to do that one thing, you know, not certify those votes for Joe Biden, right? And Mike Pence grew a little spine that day and he said, unfortunately, Mr. President, I can't do such a thing because in order for me to do such a thing, that would require me to place you above the United States Constitution. A document that our founding fathers and our framers fought and bled for. A document that to this day, Americans continue to fight and bleed for. And frankly, I don't believe anyone asking me to do such a thing is fit to be president of these United States. Right? You don't believe that's what he said? How about this?
Irrespective of the indictment, I want the American people to know that I had no right to overturn the election. And then on that day, President Trump asked me to put him over the Constitution. But I chose the Constitution, and I always will. Anyone who puts himself over the Constitution should never be president of the United States. And anyone who asks someone else to put themselves over the Constitution should never be president of the United States again. And what the president maintained that day, and frankly has said over and over again over the last 2.5 years, is completely false. I dismissed it out of hand, but sadly the president was surrounded by a group of crackpot lawyers that kept telling him what his itching ears wanted to hear. And I had hoped that on this matter of January 6th that it wouldn't come to this, because I do believe that this is going to further ignite the divide in the country. It'll be up to the government now to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that this actually represented criminal activity. But what I want the American people to know is that I know in my heart of hearts that I did my duty under the Constitution that day.
Bingo. So that's Mike Pence on record saying Donald Trump tried to have him put him above the Constitution and he wouldn't do it. So now Donald Trump, angry at Pence, leans in. His breath was smelling like Big Macs and Diet Cokes. And he says, you know what your problem is, Pence? You're a little too honest. And he called him the nasty, nasty P word. The same P word you so-called Christians heard him using in that infamous Access Hollywood tape. Yeah. And he says, you know what, Pence, I'll take care of this myself. All right. He goes to Secret Service. Take me to the ellipse to meet up with my troops. Sir, those people are armed to the T. They got military-grade equipment, tactical gear, things that'll really harm you. And they got this new thing called demon spray. What's demon spray? Oh, it's a little bear spray, a little pepper spray. All right, you put some orange stuff into it and you shake it up and say a little prayer over it. And what happens is, if you spray people with it, they'll get possessed with the MAGA demon. Donald Trump says, yes, they got that. Yes, Mr. President, they got that. He goes, I don't care. Take me to the ellipse to meet up with my troops. Yes, Mr. President. He goes, because after all, they're not there to hurt me anyway. And they thought about it and they said, you know what? He's right. They're not there to hurt him. They're not there to hurt him. These are his soldiers. So Secret Service took Donald Trump to the ellipse, ladies and gentlemen. All right. And we all remember what happened when Donald Trump got to the ellipse. You see this right here, ladies and gentlemen. See, that's the infamous moment in American history. This man showed up on stage with a trench coat and leather gloves. We all knew when we saw this was not going to end well because, first of all, leather gloves, that's synonymous with a crime scene. Think OJ, right? Think about that, right? He got on stage and he decided to encourage his supporters to engage in heinous acts of violence.
Now it is up to Congress to confront this egregious assault on our democracy. And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down anyone you want, but I think right here we're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women, and we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them, because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength, and you have to be strong.
Yeah. So that's Donald Trump encouraging his soldiers to engage in heinous acts of violence. But he wasn't the only one, all right, telling these supporters of his to go do nasty things at the Capitol.
Who hides evidence? Criminals hide evidence, not honest people. So, over the next 10 days, we get to see the machines that are crooked, the ballots that are fraudulent, and if we're wrong, we will be made fools of. But if we're right, a lot of them will go to jail.
Oh.
So,
here goes.
Let's have trial by combat.
Oh.
All of us here today do not want to see our election victory stolen by emboldened radical left Democrats, which is what they're doing, and stolen by the fake news media. That's what they've done and what they're doing. We will never give up. We will never concede. It doesn't happen. You don't concede when there's theft involved.
Nasty.
Our country has had enough. We will not take it anymore, and that's what this is all about. And to use a favorite term that all of you people really came up with, we will stop the steal. We have come to demand that Congress do the right thing and only count the electors who have been lawfully slated. Lawfully slated.
Wow.
I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building.
Wow, wow, wow. So he's encouraging his soldiers to go ahead and assault our democracy, ladies and gentlemen. And you know, that's exactly what they intended to do. And we know that because guess what? How many of you remember who this lady was right here, ladies and gentlemen? How many of you know who this was? You know this? She's a MAGA demon who was possessed that day and decided to go ahead and march to the Capitol based on Donald Trump's orders. Just listen to some of the rhetoric she was saying, all right? Listen to this. You can tell she's been fully radicalized.
Where is everybody? Huh? Where is Kamala? Where is Kamala? Talking about ISIS like KKK. We got this MAGA campaign. You know what? We have thousands of people on the other side of the board. If people can't get to work, our economy is going to take an absolute tank because you guys refuse to choose America over your stupid political party.
There's an estimated over 3 million people here today. So despite what the media tells you, boots on the ground definitely say something different. There is a sea of nothing but red, white, and blue patriots and Trump. And it was amazing. We could see the president talk. We are now walking down the inaugural path to the Capitol building.
See, she said there's nothing but a sea of red, white, and blue patriots for Donald Trump. And ladies and gentlemen, we all remember what happened to Ashley Babbitt, right? Ashley Babbitt, she lost her life at the United States Capitol. Why? Because of Donald J. Trump's big, big lie. Ashley Babbitt would still be alive, ladies and gentlemen, had Donald Trump told the truth and simply conceded to Joe Biden. He's supposed to protect women, right? He didn't protect Ashley Babbitt. No, he let her lose her life based on a big, big lie. And I don't have the clip, but we all know. And what did Donald Trump do when he found out that Ashley Babbitt lost her life, ladies and gentlemen? He did absolutely nothing. He did nothing because, as far as he was concerned, she failed to complete the mission. This is the crime scene of January 6th, ladies and gentlemen, that all of us remember. This was not a peaceful movement like BLM. This was not a tourist visit that had gone awry. This was a crime scene planned and organized by Donald J. Trump and his legion of MAGA demons, all the way down to his foot soldiers. They'd been radicalized by his lies. All right. And now that we are once again back at the crime scene, let's go ahead and talk about the latest update. All right. We have another group of seditionists, treasonous traitors that have been brought to justice. All right. Here we go. 2 January 6 rioters named by USA Today are now in prison. Gregory Yetman, an Army National Guardsman from New Jersey, who fired pepper spray at police officers on January 6 and then led the FBI on a manhunt before turning himself in, was sentenced to 30 months in prison on Tuesday. He was also fined $2,000, all right, for last March as one of more than 100 Capitol rioters who had been identified by the FBI but had not been charged. Curtis Logan Tate, who was named in the story, was also arrested last August and was sentenced to 63 months earlier. Oh my goodness, hold on. Yetman was charged with assaulting police officers at the Capitol in November, but when federal agents attempted to arrest him, Yetman fled into the nearby woods, sparking the manhunt. He surrendered to authorities 2 days later. Yetman got swept up in the madness of the crowd that descended on the Capitol that day, his attorney wrote. Like too many others, he engaged in outrageous conduct there, using a canister of pepper spray to shower noxious aerosol over nearby law enforcement officers. Yetman appears on video firing the pepper spray at a crowd of officers. He was identified by members of the Sedition Hunters, a collective of amateur online sleuths that have identified hundreds of Capitol rioters using facial recognition and other research. He was known amongst the researchers as Heavy Green Sprayer. After the canister, he can be seen firing. On Facebook, he blamed Antifa and defending police officers for causing the violence and referred to the officers as, quote, modern brown shirts, prosecutors wrote. The government had sought a 45-month sentence that reflected the gravity of Yetman's conduct on January 6th and his flight from law enforcement. You see, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we've brought them to justice. Another group of seditionists, treasonous traitors. All right. This is why we tell you, Trump supporters, you're not patriots, you're traitors. All right. And so guess what we got to do? We're going to go ahead and take care of business, ladies and gentlemen. Number one, let's go ahead and give this seditionist, treasonous traitor what he deserves. A round of boos and shame. Get him out of here. All right, and since he wants to be a soldier so bad, let's send him off the old-fashioned way.
The president has not spoken all day. We've seen nothing of him. He had one event, but it was closed to the press. He's banned from Twitter. He's banned from Facebook, but now he's back. And he's just released a video, not inciting any violence, not calling on his supporters about a stolen election, but calling for a smooth transition of power. Let's listen.
I would like to begin by addressing the heinous attack on the United States Capitol. Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. I immediately deployed the National Guard and federal law enforcement to secure the building and expel the intruders. America is and must always be a nation of law and order. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. To those who engaged in the acts of violence and destruction, you do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay. We have just been through an intense election and emotions are high. But now tempers must be cooled and calm restored. We must get on with the business of America. My campaign vigorously pursued every legal avenue to contest the election results. My only goal was to ensure the integrity of the vote. In so doing, I was fighting to defend American democracy. I continue to strongly believe that we must reform our election laws to verify the identity and eligibility of all voters and to ensure faith and confidence in all future elections. Now Congress has certified the results. A new administration will be inaugurated on January 20th. My focus now turns to ensuring a smooth, orderly, and seamless transition of power. This moment calls for healing and reconciliation. 2020 has been a challenging time for our people. A menacing pandemic has upended the lives of our citizens, isolated millions in their homes, damaged our economy, and claimed countless lives. Defeating this pandemic and rebuilding the greatest economy on earth will require all of us working together. It will require a renewed emphasis on the civic values of patriotism, faith, charity, community, and family. We must revitalize the sacred bonds of love and loyalty that bind us together as one national family. To the citizens of our country, serving as your president has been the honor of my lifetime. And to all of my wonderful supporters, I know you are disappointed, but I also want you to know that our incredible journey is only just beginning. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
You hear that, MAGA? Donald Trump played you all like a fiddle. He literally lured you to the United States Capitol, set you up, and in some cases caused you to lose your lives. Yeah. And then, after you were of no use to him, told you to go on home. You're special. And you don't represent this country. This is why we do what we do, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Julie, so much for the subscription, all right? I seriously appreciate it. This is why we do what we do over here, MAGA. Because you've been led astray. You're in a nasty, nasty cult. You're in a circus, all right? You know, you like to say, there's this one thing they like to say. They say, the rest of the world is laughing at us. I got to clear that up for you, MAGA. The rest of the world isn't laughing at everyday Americans. They're only laughing at you, Trump supporters. You know why they're laughing at you? Because you out here making yourselves look ridiculous every day. You're literally in what I call the biggest circus we've ever seen in our lifetime. And you know it's a circus because look at what's going on. Donald Trump literally does exactly what a clown does, right? A clown wears makeup every day, right? This guy wakes up every morning and puts orange makeup on his face. Ooh, don't I look so good? Clown wears a wig. Donald Trump puts that bird's nest smack dab right there on his head every morning, right there on his cranium. You ever seen a clown with that thing around its waist? He puts on that dirty diaper, right? And the clown that has that ridiculous suit, he puts on that same crumpled blue suit with that ridiculous red tie. He gets onto his social media platform and he tells you all lies. He calls it Truth Social. Really, it should be called Lie Central. And y'all eat it up. Y'all lap it up like pigs lap up the mud, you know, the slop. They just, I've never been in such good slop in my life. Y'all call yourselves Christians. You're not Christians. You're hypocrites. You're demons. All right? And if you don't get out of that cult, I guarantee you each and every single one of you will get the ultimate MAGA reward. All right? I don't have it all queued up, but I would if I had it. I'd do it. And what's the ultimate MAGA reward? Jail. And if you do not get your soul right, hell. With a chapter 11 in between. And I promise you, every single one of you Trump supporters are guaranteed all three of those. Jail's definitely on the menu. Look at all you little so-called hostages. Jail. Chapter 11. Look at all of you. Going broke, sending him everything you got. Look at Rudy Giuliani. You're going to either send it to him or you're going to get sued. One or the other. You're not being wise stewards. And then it's going to be hell for you Trump supporters. And I'm talking about eternal fire. You know, they like to talk about this thing called the Trump train. Have you all heard about this so-called Trump train? If you've heard about the Trump train, has anyone heard of this so-called Trump train out there? Any of you heard of this Trump train? Seriously, they say, Zeus, you ought to get on the Trump train. I looked at that Trump train, ladies and gentlemen, and I said, that's a first class trip straight to hell. How is it a first class trip straight to hell, Zeus? I said, well, listen, you got to understand this is a spiritual battle as well, right? This is a spiritual battle too. And a lot of the Trump supporters don't understand. They're literally digging their own graves by giving us the rhetoric to use. The Trump train is going to end like this, MAGA. You're riding on that Trump train, right? Feels good right now because you're living in the flesh. You're sowing to the you're sowing your flesh. You're living in your flesh right now. You know what I'm talking about. Those of you who read the Bible. If you don't read the Bible, what I'm basically trying to say is it feels good doing wrong right now. That's what it's like in the cult. But one day you're going to take your last breath on this planet, and you're going to have to meet your maker. So this is what's going to happen to the Trump supporters. They're going to take their last breath, and then they're going to be on that Trump train, that choo-choo train, thinking that they're going to meet the good Lord at the pearly gates. They're going to get to the pearly gates. They're going to grab their whatever luggage they got, and they're going to go walk towards the exit. And when they get to the exit, security's going to say, get back in the chain, get back on that Trump train. You're not getting off here. And they're going to go, isn't this heaven? Yes, this is heaven. Well, I'm supposed to get off here. And security's going to say, no, you're getting off at the next stop. What's the next stop? Hell. Why am I going to hell? I'm a Christian. Oh, because all the evil and wicked things you did on earth, remember? I didn't do anything evil. I wasn't wicked. And then they're going to show all of this loyalty to Donald Trump that you were doing, all the racism, the bigotry, and the misogyny you were engaged in. They're going to play it back to you. And you're going to say, I didn't know. You're going to start crying. I didn't know this was going to be evil. I didn't know it was evil. I really believed I did the right thing. And then you're going to say, that's another lie. You knew it was evil. No, I didn't. Weren't you in Zeus's live? You were in Zeus. You know who Zeus was? Yeah, I was in his live. He was telling you the truth, and you chose to ignore it. And then they're going to play the lives back to you. And they're going to read all your little comments, listen to how you were acting in the box. And you go, you see, that's what I mean. You're not getting to heaven. You're going straight to hell. Now get on the knees, all right, and get in your chair. Go back to your seat, and you're getting off at the next stop, hell. Lake of fire. Oh, I got to get back because you know you've been caught, right? And you're going to go sit down on that train, and that train's going to take off. And as it takes off, you're going to be in tears. Goodbye. Goodbye. May you rest in hell where you deserve to be. Because you sure are no Christian. And that's how that's going to end. Every single Trump supporter will end up in the lake of fire, I promise you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes my monologue. All right, let's open up these boxes, ladies and gentlemen. All right, listen. All right, we made it work, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes my monologue. Let's open up these boxes in here from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth and shame the devil. Who do we got right here, ladies and gentlemen? Let's see if this works. All right, let's see. You know what we came to do over here, ladies and gentlemen. We keep it real. We keep it clean over here. And what this is supposed to be is about getting the truth out to the American people. All right. And so if you want to come up and really have that tough conversation with us, we would love to hear it. All right. Well, sheesh. Now I can't even get my I can't get my background to load. All right. Can I get my background to load? Hold on one second, ladies and gentlemen. right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see if I can get my thing queued up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to get it queued up. Hold on. Let's see if that works. All right, does that work, ladies and gentlemen? Does that work? All right. You know the rules. All right, you know the rules. All right, what we're going to do is 3 minutes, and we will try to see, all right. Anyone have anything that they would like to add? How you doing? Good morning, Bounce.
Well, good morning, handsome.
Hey, good morning. How are you? I'm all right. How are
you? I'm good. Were you excited when the Obamas gave their pledge to our future president, Miss Harris? And that's what we should call her, is Mrs. Harris, and not by her first name, because we don't know her like that. And that's being respectful, because my sisters on Straight Facts and Boss Diva, they said from here on out that we refer to Mrs. Harris as Mrs. VP Harris.
I like that.
Yeah, and so I'm gonna today I'm gonna let you see my face.
Hey, beautiful.
This movement is amazing. I have never felt so invigorated. Should I say it like that?
Yeah. You have every right to feel that way, to be quite honest with you.
And the other part is that my niece came on to Miss Straight Facts Live. No, Boss Divas Live. She's 19 years old.
Wow.
And she is getting her friends out there to vote, because they will be voting for the first time.
Really?
And they are so excited to do it. Yes.
Really?
She just graduated from high school. Yes. And so
Isn't that
she's
amazing?
very excited.
Yeah, so basically what you're confirming is that Kamala Harris, she's inspiring a new generation of people to get out here and vote, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
She is inspiring all young people from everywhere. You should see the other countries that love and embrace this new moment that we are having in America.
Yeah.
I never knew that there were so many women that lead their countries. And now we get the opportunity to vote her in to lead our country. And she's just not a president for us black folks. She's going to be a president for everybody. Every culture, every need. She's protecting our wombs. She is protecting our rights as women. She is protecting the patriots, all our people that were in service. She's protecting all of them, because Trump wants to take all their rights away. And everybody has seen that Project 2025 that he tries to disassociate himself with. Like I said to you, Trump supporters, as my brother says right here, you all can leave or you can stay. There's an island waiting for you that you can put your Trump flag in the mound and have your dear President Trump or ex-President Trump, essay specialist, he can put his little flag in that mound, and you all can get down on your knees and praise him on an island. Not here in America. Because here in America, and let's don't leave out J.D. Vance, because he's got some terrible, terrible couches with stains on them. Y'all seen those couches, right?
Yeah. Did you read that part in his book about the couch? Have you read that part yet?
Yes, sir. I have it on audio. Yes, I did. I read it. I did. It was disgusting. I'm like, who does that? And guess what? My mama got 2 cats, and she had 3 babies, just so you know. And my womb might be barren, but my brother gave me 2 gifts, okay?
Yeah.
I raised and adopted my 2 children, who are my biological niece and nephew, but I am their mama in every way. So for all of you who say women that don't have children have no right to speak, you're a lie. The devil is a lie.
Amen.
You're a lie.
It's disrespectful.
It's disrespectful. And my babies love me. I've had them, like I said, from birth. From 6 weeks old, I've had my babies.
Tell them.
Taking me.
Tell them, Bounce.
So y'all save your stuff about women who don't have actually their children, because auntie mommies are the best mommies in the world.
Amen. Amen.
That's all I got to say. And you are so handsome, and I
Thank
love
you.
your teeth. Can you show them those beautiful teeth, please? Just
Look
I
at that.
love
Look
your
at
teeth.
that. Thank you so much, Bounce. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Bounce, No Lies Detected. Look at what we're doing on a Friday, ladies and gentlemen. We're still bringing the unadulterated truth. All right, let's see, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking to see, okay, let's see, who do we have? All right, 75 Corvette, greetings. How are you doing? Rick C, thank you. 75 Corvette, greetings. Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
All right, this is our first time talking? This is our first time doing business?
Yep.
All right, well, can I ask you some questions?
Sure.
And how you answer them, it'll at least give me an idea about where you stand on issues that matter most. All right, first question. Do you believe Donald Trump's claims that the 2020 election was rigged?
No.
Good. All right, thank you. Next question. If you had to put one person and say that they were responsible for the attack on the United States Capitol on January 6th, who would you say was?
Oh, Trump, no question.
Let's go. And our last and final question. Do you know of any crimes do you believe that President Biden was guilty of any crimes or anything like that?
Oh, no, absolutely not.
All right. Well, what do you got for us this morning? It's a pleasure to meet you.
No, the pleasure is all mine. I just wanted to address J.D. Vance's book. I read his book 8 years ago, and I was mortified by some of the information that he included as an author before any of this in that book. And he's been debunked by the real people from Appalachia and the Kentucky area. He's a phony and a fraud, and it's clear in his book that he did a lot of that as a self-serving way to promote himself for his future ambitions. So that's number one. Number two, if you haven't read the book yet, I suggest you not give him 1 penny and buy it or get the audio. Go to the library and take it out for free. Do not put a penny in these people's pockets. But if you want to read it, that's the way.
So the part in there's rumors going around that the part about him and the couch was fake. Is that fake or is that real?
No, it's true. No, that was in the book. No, he had a extremely violent upbringing. His childhood, his family, they were gun-toting hillbillies. He equates them equally to the Hatfield and McCoy type fighting from the South. I mean, none of this is good. And at one point when he was running for senator, he tried to blame the border for his mother's addiction issues. She was a nurse and she was stealing drugs from every single hospital and organization she worked from.
Wow.
She was not a victim of infiltration from the border. Any border. He's not even near the southern border in Ohio.
Yeah, but that's what they do. That's what they do. These people are con artists, and they're great at putting the blame on someone other than themselves. This is their MO.
But not even just putting the blame, but concocting such twisted stories that you literally, there isn't a straight line to anything they say. Nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
And then the last thing I want to point out is that I know this is might be taken offensively by some people, but please, I do not mean it that way. But everybody's sort of chanting and sort of performing here to say we can't call Kamala Harris, VP Kamala Harris, call her Kamala. She's been being addressed that way throughout the entire presidency of Biden as the VP. And the White House TikTok account has Kamala, doesn't say Harris. So I think everybody needs to focus on what's important here. She's a fantastic candidate. She's got a history and a background, and it's been evidenced by documentation of a person who performs and gets things done and doesn't play around. We don't need to worry about whether she's called Harris or Kamala, because that whole Harris thing, calling people by their last names, that's a male issue. Men do that in sports and in prep schools, military, all of that. They do that for a reason, because there's too many people with the same first names. It's not necessarily a sign of respect. It's just a male attitude that
Her
they've
name. You
developed
said her
toward
name.
women.
Her name on her what account is Kamala? Which one?
The White House TikTok account is Kamala HQ.
Interesting. Well, interesting.
Yeah,
Well,
and
whatever
it's
you
been
do,
since Sunday.
I'll say it like this. My grandmother always says, "Whatever you do, do it with love." All right, and
That's right.
that's where
That's
I'm
right.
going to leave it. That's where I'm going to leave it. But I
Yep.
get you. All right, 75 Corvette. Thank you so much. All right, for coming up and telling the truth. I really do appreciate it, and I went ahead and gave you a follow, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to
Thank you.
75 Corvette. No lies detected. Oh, wait a second. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Somebody in my chat put, who is this? Wait a second. Who is this? Biden Harris, because of dim policies, have blood on their hands with illegal criminal. Teresa. Yeah. Teresa, I don't know what got into your Kool-Aid this morning, but number one, you're lying. You are possessed with a MAGA demon, and I've asked you very kindly that if you do not have anything intelligent to add to this discussion, that you do us all a huge favor and sit your special behind down. I wanted to bring that person up, but they can't even accept guest requests, all right? So this means to me that most likely they've gotten in trouble on this app for doing something heinous. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving that deranged Trump supporter in my chat who can't stop spewing hatred and lies what they deserve. A round of boos and shame. It's a free country, I get it, but you don't gotta be a knucklehead on TikTok. That does not mean it's okay to act a plumb dumb fool. Act like you've been raised by humans. Act like you got some manners about yourself. And stop embarrassing all of us Americans with your nonsense. This is getting, listen, you folks, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, they don't make a lick bit of sense out here, all right? Let's bring up our next panelist. Who do we got? Good morning, my good friend, Red Crown. Red Crown, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. Zeus, how are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Who is this? Who is this? 92236. Send me a guest request. I'd love to hear how I'm embarrassing myself. Sorry, Red Crown. Good morning. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great, my friend. I'm excited.
Good.
I was disappointed when Biden dropped out initially, but seeing the support that Kamala is getting,
yeah,
I'm very excited.
Alter ego, thank you. You're so since Biden dropped out, you've came around to Kamala Harris, obviously, which is great. But yeah, I was sad too, honestly, when I first heard that. I was definitely like, wow, Biden is done, because Biden, he got us through a very, very difficult period in American history, wouldn't you say? Him and Kamala Harris.
Oh, definitely. They say Sleepy Joe, but man, think of it. His two State of the Union addresses, he set the Republican Party up and just had them, make fools of themselves. Then, he played the card, he waited till that the convention was over, the RNC. Let Trump commit to Vance, and then said, well, okay, I'm out of here, and just changed the whole game plan. And, like I said, played them like a fiddle,
Trump is still adjusting to this, right? He's still launching attacks at Biden, and it's like, why are you still going after Biden, and why are you so afraid to debate Kamala Harris? Do you have any idea why he might be afraid of Kamala Harris?
Yeah, because she's a woman. In addition, she is a woman of color. And, he's a narcissist. He cannot stand someone not being in charge. Not being in charge, and they've already canceled the debates. And which I think is a good move on his part, because in his choosing of Vance, I have no idea why he did that. That Vance didn't or couldn't bring any additional support, to them. He's not bringing in any voters.
He's not.
He was just I don't know, the dead weight, and more dead weight now than he was when he was fit.
Yeah.
Baggage is coming out on him, and you go, man, these people for the law and order and
sorry. Wow, that's super strong.
Great society, not great society, but to be to get against all bad things. They sure do a lot of bad things, and so anyway, yeah, I'm excited.
Me too.
And so for those out there that once again, there's no fence to sit on. You're either going to vote for a party that is for the people and for the country, or you're going to vote for someone that's only there for himself.
I completely agree. But all right, Brother Red, all right. It's a pleasure checking in with you. And I'm glad you're doing all right. All right.
All right, man. You take care. And,
you too. All right. And stay safe out there, and tell the missus I said hello. All right. Seriously. All right. All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Brother Red Crown. No lies detected. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty then. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen. I saw a MAGA demon out there. All right. Sarah, are you there? Sarah, come on up in the box real quickly, if you don't mind, Sarah. Come on up in the box, because I want to make sure you get the right amount of help you need this morning, Sarah. All right. Now, I'm going to need you to come in the box and really try to control the MAGA demon that's possessed you, all right? Sarah, don't give us the excuses now. You see, because I asked the Trump supporters, and I said this, I said, listen, if you do not have anything productive, constructive to add to this discussion, then just do us all a huge favor and sit your special behinds down and listen to this special broadcast. But Sarah, I've been noticing your rhetoric. And I'm very disappointed. I'm very, very disappointed that you don't want to follow my instructions. All right. So it tells me one of two things. Either you're in here trolling me, all right, or you really need help. So if you come on up in the box, Sarah, and that goes out to anybody, not just Sarah. Sarah's just the one I recently looked at. All right. But if you can't come into the box and put a little meat on the bone, I don't want to hear it. The stakes could never be higher. All right, we have a country to save. So, ladies and gentlemen, since Sarah refused to get in the box, let me see if I can get her to come in. Let me send her one more invite before we do what we do with these MAGA demons. All right, Sarah, send Zeus a guest request. All right, I'm gonna go find her. She probably swiped out of the live. All right, she probably swiped out of it. There she is, right there. Sarah, all right, I just sent you another invitation. It says invitation sent. All right. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, Sarah has left the building. So guess what we got to do? Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Sarah what she deserves. All right. And I hate to do this. I really would. I do. But we got to give this to Sarah because she's out here on TikTok embarrassing herself on a Friday morning. Let's give her a round of booze and shame. Alrighty then. All right. And I just heard some breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like FBI is planning on interviewing Donald Trump in the unaliving attempt to obtain a victim statement, according to news. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's some good news, right? We definitely want to know what exactly happened to his ear, because that is some strange things that you wouldn't be able to actually produce any evidence about what happened. Yeah. See, you get out here and you mislead the American people, ladies and gentlemen. Guess what? You get caught. All right, let's bring up our next panelist. Good morning. Who is this? Phil. Phil, are you there? Phil, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
All right. This is our first time doing business, huh?
Yes.
All right. Well, welcome to the show. Can I ask you a couple questions?
Yes,
The
sir.
big question is this. Number one, do you believe the 2020 election was rigged?
Not at all.
Okay. If you had to say someone was responsible for the attack on the Capitol on January 6th, who would you say it was?
MAGA and Trump.
Okay. All right. And do you believe President Biden is guilty of any crimes?
Nope.
You passed the test. A lot of people don't pass like that. All right. But what do you got for us this morning, Phil? Welcome to the show.
Great. Hey, thank you. So I just returned from Europe not too long ago, and Africa home. And I want to say the U.S. economy is the best performing economy in the world right now.
Wait a second. Time. Wait a second.
Thanks to Joe Biden and the Harris.
You were in Europe?
Yes, sir.
And
Africa.
you came here. What were you doing in Europe?
So I went on vacation. Went to visit my auntie, and also I'm from Africa, so Ghana to be specific. And it's crazy how inflation is affecting the world, and how the Biden administration is,
What will you say? Okay, so what was happening in Europe, for instance, that made you realize it wasn't as bad as they're trying to hype it up to be here? What were you trying to buy? Were you looking for eggs and getting gas and interest rates and stuff?
I stayed at an Airbnb. So I was cooking. I was cooking my own food and everything, and I realized the prices compared to what we have here in the U.S. it's astronomical. Like it was crazy.
Wow.
I kept London to be specific. So I kept on changing. The exchange rate was crazy, bro. I just couldn't wait to come back home,
Wow.
So that is one.
He's not lying. Look at no. See, some people came in here to MAGA. They're saying you're lying, Phil. What do you say to these people?
No, it's crazy. Prices in Europe is crazy. Like London specific, it was crazy. Like groceries, gas, even Ubering around London it's crazy. I'm not lying, and I'm telling you the truth.
Somebody asked, when was this? When did you go? Okay, because they might think you went in 2022. When did you go?
No, 2 months ago.
Oh,
2
2 months ago.
Yep.
Okay.
This year.
Yeah.
I'm in London, and he's not lying. Somebody just said that. So yeah, I think it's the MAGA folks that out of touch with reality. I'm telling you the truth, man. I'm blessed to be in this country, and I'm voting for Harris. That's what I can say. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Phil.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's our good friend Phil, who's came up here to let us know that the Biden-Harris administration has done an outstanding job with dealing with inflation, worldwide inflation here in the United States. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you, brother. You see, ladies and gentlemen, we do not have to get out here and make stuff up. All right, what we do, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, it's unlike anything else I've ever seen on my platform, all right? Seriously. Good morning, Dark Dim. Welcome.
Hey, I finally on Zeus' show after 3 months of trying.
Oh, my goodness. Knock it off. All right, what brings you to the show, all right? Seriously.
Love you, bro. Here.
Love you too, man. Seriously, you're exaggerating and inflating your numbers like someone else.
Nah, but I'm so excited here. I'm like, ever since Biden stepped down and Harris announced her running here, I feel the energy change in this country. I feel the movement change. Even I feel a bit more refreshed here. Not that I'm not saying that Joe Biden didn't do a great job, because we all know Joe Biden did a great job.
Yeah.
But women in this country are going to come out in droves here November 5th, 2024. And we're going to do the right thing. And elect Harris for another 4 more years in office. And if she does a great job in her 4 years, we're going to get her for another 4 more years.
Amen.
So MAGA, you better be running with your tail behind your legs because women in this country are not dealing with your bullshit.
Oh, keep it clean.
Oh,
I don't have my sound effects.
And if you are not registered to vote, go to vote.org and sign up to vote. You can also check your voter's registration on vote.org. I'm going to be making videos every day from here until November 5th, 2024 to do my part to get Kamala elected. I'm also going to look into doing phone banking for Kamala Harris.
Yes.
It's going to take all of us to participate in this to make sure Kamala Harris wins November 2024.
I agree. Are you also volunteering in any capacity? Because, I had the pleasure of being able to look at what was going on behind the scenes. They had this thing yesterday, White Women for Kamala Harris. And I really felt like what I saw going on in that room, all right, what I saw in that, listen, ladies and gentlemen, what we saw going on in that room, when these women were enthusiastic about supporting Kamala Harris, I said, this thing is over. I know Donald Trump could never host such a Zoom.
Definitely no. And I see the people in the comments correcting me, Kamala, and I'm sorry. I need to get better at saying VP Harris and stuff.
VP, Kamala. I mean, it's tricky. I get it. All right. But, as long as you're saying it with love, I get it. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm like with the Zoom meeting yesterday with the White Women for Kamala with VP Harris here and the 44,000 black women on Zoom here where they had to actually raise the amount of people allowed on the Zoom. It's crazy. With the record amount of fundraising, VP Harris rose here in 24 hours. It's crazy. She outbeat Joe Biden in one day for what Biden got in a year.
What does that say to you? That tells you the enthusiasm, right, is there for Kamala.
And she VP Harris yesterday already put, we all can't stand this man. Netanyahu in his place and told him he needs to settle his ass down and needs to pass a ceasefire here and needs to tone down his attitude down in Gaza. So we got a VP here that is actually advocating for the Palestinian people. So I'm like, come on. VP Harris is amazing, beautiful, young black woman.
Yes.
And this is exactly what this country needs for the next 4 years.
Well, listen, Dark Dim, I agree, all right, and I appreciate you, my good friend, all right, but I got to move it on, all right?
And for really quick here, anybody that hasn't followed me, please follow me here. I could take every last follower I could take here. Watch some of my videos. And love you, Zeus, and I'm out of here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Dark Dim, let's give him a round of applause. Yes. Someone else doing great work for Kamala Harris. Let's go. All right. Let's bring up our next panelist. All right. Let's see. All right. All right. Thank you, Dark Dim. All right. I saw a MAGA demon in the chat. All right. Let me see if I can get this MAGA demon to come up here and talk to Zeus real quick because I'd hate to do it again, but I think we know who it was. What was this? I'm a white woman and do not support Harris. No way, no form, no fashion. Bonita Smith Newton. Won't you accept that invitation Zeus sent to you, all right? All right, I'm going to send it again, Bonita. And hit accept. Hit accept, Bonita, because there's so many lies in there. Ma'am, that I want to know which one do I need to pick apart first. Is it the white woman part? Is it the do not support part? All right, whichever one it is, I don't even know where the rest of it is, but guess what I'm going to do? So that's the second Trump supporter that we've called out and said, get in the box, all right, and tell us what you really feel like telling us. And as you can see, they've declined the invitation. I'm a black American looking Democrat voting for. Oh, wow, Bonita, you have somebody more conflicted than you in the chat. 92236. Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Someone more deranged than Bonita. I'm a black American, long-time Democrat voting for Trump. 922, whatever you want to call yourself. I just sent you an invitation too. And you didn't want to accept it. So Bonita and this little social security number character in my chat section, they're too weak and afraid like Donald Trump is. When Kamala Harris says, let's debate, you know what they do? They put out statements. I can't, whatever is going on. I got to feed my cat. I got to feed my dog. I got to water the grass. They got other things to do besides, put some meat on the bone and defend their lies. So guess what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen? For Bonita and that fake social security number in my chat, you're nothing but Russian bots. All right? No one believes you. All right? Moderators, if you feel like it, put them in a straitjacket. All right? Because, see, I don't want people polluting my chat with their garbage. All right? Nope. And in the meantime and in between time, you know what we got to do? Join me in giving them a round of boos and shame. All right, that's for you. Now we got another one. Apprentice of whatever, Merlin. Kamala parents weren't U.S. citizens. I sent you an invite. And once again, we got another MAGA demon terrified to get in the box and really say this stuff. So as far as I'm concerned, this is a chat full of Russian bots. All right, show the world your racism. Okay, I got it. All right, I got it. Okay, I thought you were talking. Okay, yep, yeah. These are some of the most racist and nasty people on the planet. MAGA. You know what I say? They're the worst of the worst, and they truly are the scum of the earth. All right, yeah. Phew, yeah. All right. If you don't get in the box especially after we call you up, just go ahead and mute them. No. No. Now, if I don't invite them up, then they can talk. But if I invite them up and just go ahead and put them in a straitjacket, please. That makes me feel real great. All right, let's bring up our next panelist. All right, ladies and gentlemen, who do we got? All right, let's see, Brother Swerve. How you doing, Brother Swerve? How you doing?
Hey, good morning, Zeus. Sorry about the other day, man. I get a lot of phone calls here.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, can I get a complimentary round of booze and shame real quick?
Right. I don't got it all up here. But I got enough to get you through it. Let's go.
That's okay. There's two things that MAGA doesn't get to complain about anymore. One of those is the border, because their own party screwed that up.
Yep.
By not passing their own bill. So you don't get to complain about the border anymore. The other thing you don't get to complain about is democracy. This is the hypocritical path that you people are on.
Right.
You're sitting here complaining about, and I don't understand why, you're complaining that the entire country is behind Vice President Harris. Okay, and you say, well, 14 million people have been disenfranchised because we voted for Joe Biden.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. But you didn't have anything to say whatsoever about Donald Trump helping to put in the fake electors. You didn't have anything to say whatsoever about what happened on January 6th, other than it was a peaceful protest and those police let people in. You didn't have anything to say about him calling Brad Raffensperger. And I spent 2 hours on my live yesterday just cooking you fools. All you fools came up to say was, well, your vote has been circumvented by the DNC, the Democratic Party. Now, all of a sudden, you care about democracy. You don't get to complain about democracy anymore. Because when you say something about Trump and the crap he tried to pull by disenfranchising 81 million, which one is more, 81 million or 14 million? I'm pretty sure 81 million. But that's what Donald Trump tried to do.
Yeah.
So y'all don't get to complain about the border, and you sure as hell don't get to complain about democracy anymore. That's what hypocrites y'all are.
Yep.
And every time you think it's a flex, it ain't no flex. So what? She dated Willie Brown. Big deal.
Yep.
Willie Brown was separated from his wife for 10 years. But y'all have nothing to say about all the indiscretions that Donald Trump has had.
Ain't that something?
And you fake, phony, BS Christians, and that's exactly what you are. You'll sit there and go, well, Jesus can forgive him. Oh, well, why can't Jesus forgive Vice President Harris? Jesus can't forgive Vice President Harris? I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. Y'all are the biggest hypocrites on the planet. The biggest snowflakes on the planet.
Yep.
Zeus just asked y'all to get in the box. He's inviting you into the box. And y'all take off running like the bunch of scared cowards that you are. Just like MAGA. Most bigly cowards, most bigly snowflakes. That's what y'all are. And it just cracks me up that y'all can be so fragile. You want to be victims, but see, I'm just like Zeus. I don't allow you people to be victims around me.
Nope.
And you want to be oppressed, you want to be a victim, and then you want to sit there and complain about democracy. When one of you complain about what Donald Trump tried to pull off, then you can complain about democracy to me. Until that happens, shut the F up, because otherwise you got nothing. You got nothing.
Miss Donna, thank you.
With that being said, Zeus, I'm gonna land my plane. My in-home nurse should be here any minute. Thank you for having me up, brother. Again, I apologize for the other day.
I'll never have to apologize. I get it. We're all super busy, and it's always a pleasure if anyone can get in the box for any amount of time. Seriously, all right? And keep taking care of yourself, brother. I really do appreciate it.
I'm trying my best. So I'll touch base with you later. Y'all be good. Y'all be safe. And doggone it, Kingdom, please have fun while you're doing it.
All righty then. All righty then, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to the the handsome brother Swerve. Same thing. Look at that. Listen, there's a lot going on over here, ladies and gentlemen. Seriously. All right. Any Trump supporters in the chat? Put a 1 in the chat if you're MAGA. All right. You hear what they're saying? They're saying bring up somebody else that's a Trump supporter. All right. And I'm giving them a nice chance to come up here and defend themselves. All right. But as you can see, not one Trump supporter in this live. What do we got? Around 800 or so people in here. We got about 800 or so people in here. Not one single Trump supporter wants to come up and there we go. Let's see. 337. Greetings. I sent you an invite. Come on up, 337. Or are we gonna have to do you the same way we've been doing all your other friends that have been in here? All right, 337. What's the deal? You just got too scared to wow. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just watching this broadcast and you just came in, I've only had one MAGA demon really come in the box, and that was when the show first started. We cooked that MAGA demon for at least 10 minutes straight, right? After that, every single one of these Trump supporters, they've been terrified, and I mean terrified, to get in the box and actually tell us why they still support a 78-year-old convicted felon. Donald Trump will go down in American history as a 78-year-old convicted felon. And all of you Trump supporters, you're going to have to own that. You're going to have to look back and tell your children and your grandchildren you supported a 78-year-old convicted felon. Wow. 337, you must have MAGA Wi-Fi. Is that what's going on? 337, are you there?
We got good American white Wi-Fi.
Oh, good American white Wi-Fi. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So what part of America do you believe you're calling in from? Louisiana, somewhere down south. All right. No disrespect to folks out there, but and how old are you? Mr. What are you gonna call you, Bo?
43.
43.
Yeah. Call me Bo.
Okay, Bo. You've gone. I'm gonna imagine. Are you playing on the freeway or something? Is everything okay over there, Bo? Bo. That ain't no good old white Wi-Fi, if you ask me. Bo.
What's up?
Okay, you're paused. Okay, but you're paused, but I can hear you. Maybe okay. So you're 43 years old. You're going to college and everything like that. Got wife and kids. You living in the American dream.
You could say that.
Okay. So you're supporting Donald Trump still?
It's the only person to support.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Actually, that's wrong. Why would you support a 78-year-old convicted felon?
Well, just because they trumped up charges to try to keep him off of the ballot doesn't mean. I mean, y'all could float that all y'all want and keep saying that. Meanwhile, we just had a fucking cabal
Hey! Now listen,
running
keep
our
it
country.
clean. We don't curse on the morning show. All right, seriously. All right. So what were you saying?
We had a straight cabal running our country. It
Mm.
wasn't Joe. Kamala knew Joe was a vegetable. She was complicit in all this, and she allowed God knows who to be controlling her and controlling Joe, and that same party is controlling her right now.
But here's the thing, Bo. A lot of people in my chat are saying you're lying. What do you say to those people? Because somebody has to
I
be
mean,
lying,
we
right?
talking we
Either the
talking to the
chat is
most
lying,
fearless.
either the chat is lying or you're lying. So
Who's lying?
yeah, because if your argument is that something's wrong with Joe Biden's cognitive abilities and it's not allowing him to fulfill his duties as president, then I push back on that and I would say that's totally inaccurate because I can see Joe Biden in action. I've seen him on the news in action. He's totally there. He's coherent. The man knows what he's saying and doing. Maybe
So
he's
you're lying
slower
to
at
your
doing it.
chat.
He's slower at doing it because he's an older person. All right. And age is a real thing. But it's
Why are
not like
y'all
he's.
so good at lying to yourselves? They
You
just
think.
had a special counsel that said that they couldn't even put him on trial because he don't even know who he is half the time.
Do you believe all special counsels?
I believe the majority of them. I
Okay.
mean,
So let's. Okay. So I'll give you that. I'll give you a point. I'll say Robert Hur. Let's just go with you. His assessment of Joe Biden is spot on. So that's a point for you. All right. You're okay with that?
yeah, but if you
Now
try to
this
go
this
the
this game
Bubba
this
route,
only works. This only works if you're going to be fair. So Jack Smith, you know who this guy is, right? You know who Jack Smith
yeah,
is.
yeah, the one
Okay.
who just got hammered and got
No,
his whole shit thrown
no, no,
out.
no, no, no.
There we go.
Okay, so now
Let's talk the facts.
so that point I just gave you, either you're gonna keep it or I'm gonna have to take it away. Which one is it? You want to keep the point or you want
Nah,
to take it away?
that's not the rule.
No,
He
no,
just got his whole.
because you
He,
said you trust all special counsels for the most part. Jack Smith is a
yeah,
special counsel.
yeah, and he got
So
thrown
either
out.
okay. So
He
guess what
had
I'm
the
going to do,
cases thrown out.
Bo. I'm going to take that point back. I'm sorry. You're a
Oh God,
liar.
man.
Bo is a deranged liar. I was being generous. I shouldn't have even gave you that point, but I just wanted to show you how much of a liar and how much of a hypocrite you are. Either you're going to accept all special counsels are credible or you're going to say none of them are. You can't have it both ways. You cannot pick and choose which
Yeah,
special
which one
counsel to
got thrown
believe.
out? Which one got thrown out? So who's deranged?
Okay.
We're
So
literally talking to the most gullible,
listen,
rational, ill-informed
Bo.
base that's ever been in American history, dude.
Bo, okay, I'll play that. Even with the case that was tossed out that is going to be appealed, I'll set that aside. You still have a case in Washington D.C. with Jack Smith.
That got thrown out.
No, not the D.C. case. There's two cases Jack Smith
The
has.
Jack Smith, that one's gonna get tossed too.
Oh,
He's gonna
so
win the appeal in New York, and
okay.
then all that's not gonna be
Okay,
there,
hey,
and
hey,
y'all
hey,
still
Bo,
gonna
Bo,
say, "Hey,
Bo, Bo,
34
Bo,
felonies,
Bo, Bo, Bo,
34
Bo, Bo,
felonies."
Bo. This is why I do what I do, and this is why you got to stick to what you're doing, which is
That's why y'all are
being in the comment
ill-informed and
section,
a
ladies and
sheep.
gentlemen. Join me in giving Bo what he deserves. Bo, you're wrong, dude. That white Wi-Fi you're on has let you down in Louisiana, all right? And that education you claim you have, you must have gotten it from Trump University because I've never seen someone as unintelligent as you, all right, get into my app and literally lie. I even gave you a couple of extra points just to help you out, and you still failed the test. Bo, You need to get a refund on your degree, and you need to get off TikTok and never get into anyone's box again because you're deranged and you're completely out of your mind. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Bo, the deranged one, what he deserves. A round of boos and shame. This one's for you, Bo. You're deranged, dude. You're deranged. All right, all right. I see why they don't want to accept the guest request because when they get up here, they get cooked. They get cooked like they've never been cooked before. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's bring up my next panelist. All right, good morning, Miss Boss Diva. How are you doing?
Good morning, Zeus. How are you doing, handsome?
I'm all right. Just another day tending to the affairs. All right.
Cooking these macas up like barbecue chicken, huh?
That's all I know. That's all I know. We just get them and we fry them up and we serve them. All right. Send them right back to wherever they came from.
They are so in their feelings. I love the meltdown because, at first they wanted to, go with the FJBs and all of that. I mean, they have whole stores of Let's Go Brandon stuff that has to go somewhere. I don't know where, but it ain't going to get sold.
Yeah. I would hate to be one of those Trump supporters that walked around on this app, built a whole platform on TikTok selling that FJB stuff. There's people out here who have done that. Now you got to wear it. I'm going to leave that right where it's at.
They gonna have to throw that crap in the garbage. It ain't nothing but it was garbage to begin with, and it's really garbage now. So this is proof of dumpster material. You know what I mean? But yeah, I want to shout out to the YT ladies on that call yesterday that broke Zoom down. Okay?
I saw that. Yeah, speak on it.
Shout out to all of y'all that raised over 2 million in the call. I guess the majority of the money came very early on before the servers got cooked. Speaking of cooked, they got cooked.
Yeah,
I mean, Zoom has always been trash, to be honest with you, especially around the pandemic. But for the most part, I'm glad that they actually brought the house down with that, literally, the Zoom house down. So shout out to y'all for that.
Straight facts. Yeah, it's amazing as far as I'm concerned of how energized all these different pockets of support are out there for Kamala Harris. It's really amazing. I mean, we know black women have came together in ways we couldn't imagine, starting with Letitia James trying to, get all the black women together. You have black men getting together, right? You have Hispanic women getting together, white women, and they're all doing this in a way that I haven't seen in a long time. I mean, Barack Obama.
This is the summer of love on steroids, baby. This is, how we all, the whole world came and rallied around, George
Asian
Floyd
women too.
And all of that. Like, we have so many different walks of life from all over the world. Now, she has worldwide support.
Yeah.
Which is very, very, very important. And this is out the gate.
Yeah.
And, we know this because, we got to get real-time information and we keep it solid.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's so amazing how everyone is really it was like some organic way of just falling in line. Like, they ain't even have to think about it. It was just like natural, what I mean? Something that automatically and smoothly transpired. And I must say, I want to shout out Joe Biden. Joe Biden, baby. You was going to go down as the most prolific president in our lifetime. Straight up. I mean, he did you MAGAs something. Something fierce. Y'all didn't see that.
Kyle, yes, he is, Kyle.
Obama and Michelle, they endorsed him. Endorsed VP Harris. But the whole thing about it is, Zeus, just so happy to be a part of this moment, this movement, and everything. And I don't know if you're going to be able to bring her up or not, but hopefully you can. Bring up DJ Kitty, because what she did was she created our QR codes. So, like, when we going out there and doing our thing, we can actually just have them, scan the QR code.
Well, we're going to bring DJ Kitty up. That's good.
Okay, cool. Just bring her up and she'll take over from there, because we got a lot of stuff cooking. And, VP Harris for President Harris. That part right there.
All
Love you,
right.
Zeus.
Love you
Take care,
too.
sweetie pie.
All righty
On
then.
the streets, baby.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
You
let's
so
give it up.
fine. You so fine,
Thank
sweetie.
you. Oh my God.
Ooh-wee. Making them moist out there, Zeus. Making them moist, baby. I'm out.
All righty then. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you see what we have today? My, oh my, ladies and gentlemen, all right. DJ Kitty Cat, all right. Good morning. How
Good morning, Zeus. Good
are you?
morning, Kingdom. How is
Love
everyone?
you
I
too,
hope
Rick.
everyone's having a great Friday.
Right.
I'll be really quick because I'm a bit under the weather,
Oh
but I'll be
no.
okay. I'm fine. It's just my allergies.
Oh yeah.
But what I did yesterday was I created QR codes. One is vote.org. One is for Straight Facts, Miss Boss Diva, Union Gang, and of course, Zeus.
Oh
So,
really?
Zeus, I need you to DM me your email address and I'll send you a QR code. Anyone, I'm not talking to MAGA, and MAGA, let me tell you something. You can DM me. I'm going to check your profile. If you're private, I'm not gonna even deal with you. Or if you're MAGA, I'm not gonna deal with you. Everyone else, while you're talking to folks and you're trying to get them engaged to go out and vote, DM me your email address. Don't just put in their QR code. Send me your email address and I'll send you all of their QR codes. So not only will you have the link to get people registered to vote, you'll also have a direct link to Straight Facts, Boss Diva, Union Gang, and of course, Handsome Zeus directly
Let's
to
go.
their TikTok pages. And Zeus, if you want me to do it for YouTube, if you want me to do it for Instagram, just let me know. It's easy.
All right, will do.
Not a problem. And one last message before I go. We have to have a supermajority. So I really need everyone not to just say vote VP Harris. I need everyone to say vote blue down ballot. Let's get rid of Trump and MAGA. Let's go. Y'all
Let's
have
go.
a blessed Friday, a great weekend. I'll be out in these TikTok streets. You guys stay safe.
All right,
Love
all
you all.
right.
Thank you all for the gifts.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to DJ Kitty Cat. Vote Harris and vote blue like your life depends on it. We are seriously trying to vote MAGA into outer space. Get these folks out of this country. They are the worst of the worst. They are truly the scum of the earth. All right. All right. Good morning. Straight Facts. Let's go. Oh, we are doing all right. How about you?
Well, it's all gas, no brakes over here.
Amen.
You know what time it is.
Yes.
I just saw that Obama endorsed Kamala Harris.
Ain't
VP Harris, and I am excited as all outdoors.
Same here. Wow. Obama and Michelle. They said they did it together. Now Donald Trump can't even use that as a reason not to debate.
That part right there. But you know what I'm more excited about than anything else, Zeus, to be
What's
honest
that?
with you? I've been having a lot of young people interaction ever since Miss VP Harris has announced her candidacy as the president of the United States. I mean, the young people are excited, and I am excited for them. It's almost as if we took and put 2028 right now. Like, I did not expect to be where we are until 2028. And
Yeah.
I am like overly joyed that this is allowing the young people to be involved like they wanted to.
Yeah. Isn't it funny how maybe a couple of weeks ago we were boots on the ground for Joe Biden. Then the orders came out that it's not Biden, it's his vice president. And the transition, it's been really smooth, hasn't it?
It has been very smooth, and not to mention, you have so many people doing these Zoom calls. Have you ever heard of people doing the Zoom calls like this?
No.
40, 50,000 people on a Zoom call, millions of dollars being raised, people coming out from every angle of life to support our VP Harris. It feels so doggone good. I don't know what to think. I mean, I'm just still in amazement. When I wake up and think to myself that someone that looks very similar to me will be the president of the United States of America, it makes me feel so good because it makes me say, oh my God, the United States of America finally loves me like I love them.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? And it makes me feel like I have a place here in these United States of America. But what I feel even better about is her speech about Gaza and how she was serious
Go ahead. Go
about
speak on
ending
it.
this conflict and bringing peace. She says she's had enough of Netanyahu, and I think you can tell in her voice that she is serious about what she's talking about. She came out, she said exactly what she feels, and I think that's exactly what the young people needed to hear. But
Yeah.
I got one more thing for you, Zeus, I wanted to show you real quick.
What's that, please?
Before
Go
I get
ahead.
off of here. Let me pull this up for you real quick, Zeus, because you know they didn't change the way you can show things in the background. So y'all just bear with me.
Oh, they have. They have. I didn't know that. Oh.
Do you see that, Zeus?
What? White dudes for Harris? They having a Zoom meeting too? What?
Yes. I believe that this is their chance to show up and show out, baby. I think they said 40,000 people on the Zoom call, women, black women. 40,000 people, black men on the Zoom call. 100,000 white tea women on the Zoom call.
Let's go.
Hold my beer.
Hey.
I think they gonna come out with 2 million people on that on Zoom call, and they gonna raise so much money we have never seen it before in our lifetime. And I am excited about this right here. And this is what me and Boss Diva, my bestie, because you know Boss Diva is my bestie. We want to propose to MAGA.
Okay.
We want to propose the truth. The truth. We are giving them the olive branch to come on over and support Kamala at this time when everybody else is doing it. You can go ahead on and be a part of the White Dudes for Harris Zoom call on Monday, July 29th. We're going to give you all weekend to come into our box and say that you are sorry for the way you have been behaving. We will grant you a pardon this weekend if you're ready to come on and jump ship.
I love it. All right. I'm with it.
All right, Zeus. I'm gonna get on up out of here, but you know I had to come on and act up this morning. I hope
love
you
it.
guys have a wonderful rest of y'all day, and y'all stay safe this weekend.
Alrighty then. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give the beautiful straight facts a round of applause. No lies detected. Listen, all you white dudes that are supporting Donald Trump. This is your last chance to get a pardon. All right. Your souls are truly on the line. Yes, I saw a MAGA demon in the chat. All right, but you know what? I guess MAGA, you know you're getting cooked today, right? You know there's really nothing that you can say to us this morning, all right? Because you are totally. I'm white and support Harris. I love it. Yeah. All right, let's bring up our next panelist. Who do we have, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning, Takesha. How are you doing? Cooked and shook.
Hey, listen, this gonna be quick because I ain't feeling too good.
Okay.
Let me say this. If your parents are immigrants, but you were born on U.S. soil, what does that make you, Zeus?
A citizen.
Okay, so can they please stop talking about that girl parents were immigrants when she was born on U.S. soil, and that makes her a U.S. citizen?
We showed her birth certificate on the
I'm pretty sure
show.
they didn't know that. And then I also wanted to ask them, are they going to start talking about the way J.D. Vance laughs? Because when he did that rally and he was talking about Mountain Dew, he laughed for about 115 minutes. I thought he was a hyena. He laughed so much. Are they going to talk about how much he laughs, dude?
Is she going to call him out, MAGA?
Y'all going to call J.D. Vance out? Because I wanted to call him a Tickle Me Elmo. He was up there laughing so much, too. I just wanted to put him on Laugh-A-Palooza.
They don't got nothing. They don't got nothing. I think they realize that they are outnumbered right now, Takesha. I've never seen these folks so quiet on TikTok. Have you?
When I tell you, Zeus, I'm already ready to buy my shirt that said President Harris. Because we done already locked this election in. And I know Donald Trump probably going through a box of pull-ups a day. Bless his little heart. They don't know how to handle it, Zeus.
Yeah.
They panicking. They acting like they care about us. But if we voted for if we put in the delegates for Joe Biden, and when we did our primary, we put in Joe Biden. Isn't Kamala Harris on that same ticket?
She sure is.
So weren't we voting for her too?
Yes, we was.
Okay,
we sure was.
But they didn't have a problem when the Republicans gave Donald Trump all of their delegates before the primary. They didn't have nothing to say about that. But now we around here taking folks' votes away. Go away.
Yeah.
We don't need y'all to worry about us. You weren't worried about us before now.
Nope, sure wasn't.
Go away. Stop trying to find ways to get your little orange man in. He's lost again. When you put Trump 2024, before you put that 2024, just put crying again in 2024.
Yeah.
And that's all I had to say, Zeus.
Yeah. Well, listen, Takesha, I appreciate you, all right? And thank you for pushing yourself to actually get in the box and to tell the truth. I really, really do think that's an act of God, all right? Seriously.
You're welcome, Zeus.
All righty then. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to the beautiful Takesha. Yeah. Woo-wee. All righty then. All right. Who do we have this morning? DJ TC. Greetings.
What's up, Zeus? How you doing, brother? How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm great, man. Listen, hey, I've been a follower of yours. We follow each other, so I appreciate the follow back. I just got to address two elephants in the room right quick.
Let's go.
People don't understand. Biden was he came out of retirement just to run against Donald J. Trumpy Dump. We know that.
Yep.
I
remember.
He understood the assignment. He came in, he beat Trump.
Yeah.
And he did what now everything he did during his presidency was extra.
Yeah.
Was extra. Now, the second thing I want to, let's let him go ahead and retire. Let's just let him go ahead and retire peacefully as the greatest president that we ever had. I give him that. I agree with that on that.
Okay.
Secondly, I want to address the black men that's been out here shaming Kamala Harris.
What they doing that for? Why are they shaming her?
Because first off, she's black and she's a woman, and they don't want her to be president, which I hate to see that.
Yeah.
I hate to see that. So, we already addressed the MAGA side. We already know what they can't do, which is beat Kamala. Or shall I say, I apologize. Let me say Vice President Harris.
Yeah.
Then he's not going to beat her. But first off, we need to come together and join, and we need to have another call for more black men for Harris on the Zoom call, because it's ridiculous how I've been seeing on Fox News where they let these white people on Fox News talk bad about, really bad about her. And
you know what it is though about some of the brothers out here? I'll be honest. We've been bamboozled with hip hop music, and our misogynistic ways, are promoted in that kind of culture, right? It's so. And then, you look at the social media that a lot of the brothers consume. It's making it hard for them to understand that so-called tough guy image is not even a real reality out here in the real world. It's time to grow up and abandon all of that so-called tough guy. I got to be a man. A woman got to be in her place. And you really got to start to understand that ain't really how it goes anymore. To you brothers out there that are giving her a hard time, all right? She's qualified. She's already proven herself to do that, all right? And she's actually, to me, demonstrating that she knows how to actually run a successful campaign, because the way that she consolidated all the support she did, wow.
Very articulate, very smart. And another thing I want to say real quick, and I'll let you go, Zeus, is they talked about how she was when she was the prosecuting attorney in California, and they don't understand when Kamala became the district what is it, the attorney general or district attorney for California.
Yeah.
She cut the rate. She cut the rate in half of how many black men was incarcerated, and she created programs to help keep them out of prison.
Yeah.
So the people don't understand that she did this, she did that. No, she did not. Read up on her, and you'll see. The fact of the matter is, she cut the incarceration level in half when she got in charge.
Wow. See? More news. And again, I don't even buy it when they get up here and they start talking about how she, put people in prison, because I'm like, since when did MAGA all of a sudden started caring about who's going to prison? Right? Since when did they care all of a sudden? Especially when their front runner is a convicted felon. Give me a break. But listen, DJ TC, thank you so much, my brother. All right, I appreciate you. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Brother, take care. Have a good day, man.
You too. Let's give DJ TC a round of applause. You see, ladies and gentlemen, this is a show of support for Kamala Harris. The Democrats, it's not just MAGA that should be okay. Wait. Okay, it's not just MAGA. It should be the black community. What? I don't know what the heck you're talking about. All right, but I seen this MAGA demon out there. All right, I see this MAGA demon out here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see if I could find this MAGA demon out here polluting my chat with their dirty, disgusting rhetoric. All right, who do we got? Yes. Kyle. Lying Kyle. Kyle, come on up here real quick. You know the rule, right? If you're going to pollute my chat, be prepared to come up in the box and put some meat on the bone, Kyle. But if you, Kyle, are too terrified, your knees are shaking, you got your mom's spaghetti on your sweater right now because you're so scared to get in the box to talk to Zeus, then I'm going to ask my moderators to do... See, there he is right there. This is him. Kyle, I'm gonna cancel the invitation, and then I'm going to send it again, Kyle. Ladies and gentlemen, the invitation is now sitting on Kyle's phone. He's thinking right now, should I accept it or not? Kyle, do the right thing. Accept that invitation, bro. This could be the moment you've been waiting for, where your life changes. You get off that Trump train and you don't have to worry about going straight to hell. Kyle, accept that invitation. All right? You know you want to do it, Kyle. Do it. Kyle, accept Zeus's invitation. All right? Because if you don't accept it, Kyle, you know what I'm going to have to do. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle didn't accept my invitation. All right? So guess what we're going to do? Kyle, if he puts another deranged remark in my chat, mods, mute him the entire live, all right? Because I don't want him polluting my chat with his silly garbage. And then in the meantime, and in between time, Kyle, ladies and gentlemen, join me in helping Kyle understand that he's going straight to hell by giving him a round of boos and shame. Bye, Kyle. Hi, Shay. How are you doing? Good morning.
Good. How's everyone in the kingdom?
Well, we are doing all right. It's a lot of people still enthusiastic and energized about Kamala Harris.
I tell you, it is so good. I mean, that Zoom call almost had 200,000 white women on it. They raised $2 to $3 million in 90 minutes.
Yes,
it's amazing.
Yeah.
Over 2,300 campaign events alone are happening this weekend for Kamala Harris. Again.
Yeah.
2,300 campaign events are happening this weekend alone.
You said for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris?
That would be VP Kamala Harris.
Has Donald Trump ever had Zoom calls like this where he just has those dry, boring rallies, huh?
Yes. His cult rallies. That's all he has. That's all he has.
That's so old, like he is, MAGA. Come on, y'all don't got anything better than a rally? Seriously?
Exactly. It's the same thing over and over. It's like, who wants to listen to that? In fact, half the time when he gets on the stage, they all start leaving.
Yeah.
He's just there to hang out and talk with people that think like them. And then they're like, he's just going to say the same thing. We out. Okay, couple of pieces of breaking news. RFK Jr. is dropping out of the race and endorsing Trump.
Really?
Yes.
No!
Yes.
What? That's funny, though.
Shocked? Everybody shocked?
Well, Kamala, a lot of the supporters he had started to go to Kamala, right?
Oh, 100%. 100%. So that is what it, plus he was peeling away Trump supporters, right? And so I'm just like, we played that audio between Trump and RFK Jr., right?
Yeah.
And so he's going to get, Trump's not going to win, but that's why he's doing this. So now I sit here and go, all these little RFK Jr. people that you've seen in the chat, like
conservative D, beer can Mike, all of these knuckleheads.
They're going to be so mad. Mari and all those guys are just like, I don't like the two-party system, so I vote for RFK Jr. And I try to tell these people, I'm like, you're voting for Trump. I mean, do you think those are Democrats that are going to vote for him when he's anti-vaxxer and all this other stuff and conspiracy theorist?
Nope.
It's awesome. Another breaking news for those of you that are so concerned with the border and the fentanyl crisis. The Biden-Harris team they arrested Ishmael Zambada Garcia and Joaquin Guzman Lopez, the two alleged leaders of the Sinaloa cartel, known for moving the fentanyl into the United States.
Oh, wow.
The DOJ, the Biden-Harris, they have finally gotten El Chapo's son, and they are arrested and put into prison. So that will help with the fentanyl crisis. On top of the fact that the border crossings has dropped over 55%. Ladies.
Wow. Kamala Harris is not playing.
So wow. Some amazing stuff going on. I'm looking forward to the last 6 months of wonderful Joe Biden's administration. He's going to get a lot done. The gloves are off. He's going to try to get a border package done. It's time. It's time for the Republicans to do what's right if they really want to solve this stuff and get comprehensive stuff done, because he's getting the credit. So you want to step up and during an election and get something done, you need to get something done. Stop whining about the border and get something done. So
I agree.
Couldn't be prouder. Couldn't be prouder.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Kamala Harris, right? In the event that her and Trump debate, when they do, assuming he's not too chicken.
He's not going to debate her.
He's really not going to have much to complain about. Yesterday, the GDP, the economy, grew by 2.8% or something like that?
Yes.
What is he going to cry about?
It's not fair. It's not fair. I'm running against Joe Biden, and now I have to run against a prosecutor. It's not fair. That's all he's just going to cry and whine about what happened.
Yeah.
Because he knows he's cooked.
He's cooked. MAGA is done. I mean, this is embarrassing, MAGA. I can't believe you all still are trying to vote for this guy with all of this information out here that should help you make the right decision this time.
Yeah, where's the tough, strong guy? Right, that almost got unalived and took a bullet for the nation. What happened to this guy? A little wound on his ear, and you can't even tell it got hit. Like that was no bullet. Give me a break.
Yeah, it was bad acting what he did.
But I'm like, no, whatever.
Yeah, it was bad acting, conservative D, what he did on stage, because now the FBI has to actually go and interview him because he's not letting people at the hospital explain what happened to him. So now, in order to actually complete the whole circle in terms of what happened, we need to hear from the liar himself.
Oh, absolutely. It was such a bad act. It was probably shattered glass, because you see a picture of one of the
right, Sharon? Yeah, they said it could have been shrapnel or something, but yeah. Where is the evidence that he was actually hit? Miss Vaughn, thank you for the subscription. All right, Shay.
Yeah, all right, guys. Woo woo. Go
Let's give it up.
Harris. They're kicking butt. They're taking care of the border, stopping the fentanyl crisis. Let's go.
Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give the beautiful Shay a round of applause. Yeah, I agree. Trump supporters, you should just tell Donald Trump to drop out. He really should just drop out, because at this point, you're just putting him out there to embarrass himself. There is really no path to victory for him at this point. because America is tired of the misogyny and we're tired of the racism. All right, look at what's happening. Listen to these Zoom calls. All right, if you can't, even if you don't like them, register and listen to what's going on in these Zoom calls. There's no way in heck Donald Trump's going to get away with being a misogynist. Try doing that with Miss Harris. You're getting cooked. Being racist. Try doing that, MAGA. You're going to get cooked. All right. So this is really about policy. And if you try to compare Donald Trump's policy up against Kamala Harris, you're going to get cooked. Joe Biden, I tell you, that Joe Biden, the way he had Donald Trump all invested in fighting him, and then poof, you're not fighting me, you're fighting my vice president. I've never seen anything like it. Just shows you how foolish Donald Trump is. Good morning, Lex. How are you doing, my brother? Long time no see. Hey, always staying fresh and in the latest threads. How you doing, brother?
How you doing?
I'm all right. All right. Just talking about a little elder abuse that MAGA is engaged in. I like that.
You know, a lot of things changed over the last couple of weeks since we've talked.
Uh-oh, are you there? I can hear you now.
Turn this headset off. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Actually, that's better.
Yeah, a lot of things have changed since we last talked. We got all these people, all these boxes of Let's Go Brandon and FJB, paraphernalia, and cookies and cups and hats and bikinis, tailpipes and bricks and just everything. And they're complaining about that. Then see what they got what they wanted. You remember? After the debate, they were like, oh, this is elder abuse. Donald Trump's going to be the oldest presidential candidate to run in history, right?
Yes. And his supporters are doing the abuse.
And then he picked the J.D. Vance, who was a mayonnaise sandwich, to be his vice president. And the thing about it is I live in the Appalachian. Where'd you go? I live in the Appalachian Mountains, and they're talking about him right now because they say he's a fake hillbilly. They're like,
really?
He doesn't save his bacon grease. He thinks a holler is when somebody yells.
Oh! Get him!
And the whole thing in the couch.
What he did to that couch was disturbing and disgusting.
He is what is he? A homosexual.
Oh! Yeah. That was a good one. Because he's talking about couches, ladies and gentlemen. He's talking about couches in their sections in the couch, right?
Yeah, the love seat.
Yeah. Oh, Lex, that's crazy what you're doing.
You ever wonder why your grandma kept plastic on the couch?
Now we get it. Because you had these couch creepers out there, huh? You got a couch at your house?
Put some baby oil on and jump on it and shoot across the room.
Yeah. Wow.
For the way that I've seen the Democratic Party and the youth, especially the invigoration and the activity and everything involved, the voter registration is sky high. The donations are sky high, and you can't make this up. This is amazing. It feels amazing. Now everybody felt like a moment of turmoil when this happened, and then immediately, less than 24 hours, it was like somebody turned the light back on in our party.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the Republican Party, that unfortunate incident happened to him, which he said his ear grew back.
You don't believe that? Lizards can do that. The tail grows back. So maybe he has a little lizard blood in him.
Well, maybe he's got some ear grow or something. I'm not sure what it is, but that incident was unfortunate. People were unalived. It was terrible, but the way that he's playing off on it is not the way to do.
Yes.
And at what point in time when you realize, somebody said make a parody of sectional healing. But
right.
When are we going to arrive at the point where we just want some normalcy here, some steady water instead of this circus?
Ginger, thank you. Right.
I mean, have we not had enough of this crazy trying to take away Roe v. Wade and women's rights and the Agenda 47 and Project 2025 and all these things that are going against our well-being and our sense of security in this country? And we have to stop it. And Vice President Harris is going to be Madam President Harris, and I will rejoice today. And I've got my blue on right now.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Well, listen, Brother Lex, it was nice tucking in with you. Oh, my gosh, look at the time, ladies and gentlemen. We got to get up out of here. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a great show, and I really do enjoy spending this kind of time with you every day, Monday through Friday, all right? But unfortunately, it has to end. But before I get up out of here, you know exactly what we got to do. I want to give all of the panelists who came up here, all right, a round of applause, as well as the subscribers, as well as the gifters, as well as the moderators. Without you, this show wouldn't be possible. All right. No, you're amazing too. All right. And then you know what we got to do? We got to give our final rounds of booze and shame to all the Zeus haters out there, and they know exactly who they are. These are the people who get on to TikTok every day, and they promote misinformation and disinformation on behalf of Vladimir Putin and the Kremlin, right? They get on this app and they promote evil, misogyny, bigotry, all kinds of criminality and corruption on behalf of their orange cult leader, Donald J. Trump. These aren't Christians. These are hypocrites. These aren't patriots. They're seditionists, treasonous traitors. They're not strong men. They're cowards. They won't even debate Kamala Harris. Ladies and gentlemen, these folks are the worst of the worst. They are the scum of the earth. Join me in giving them our final round of booze and shame. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. Take care and stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Hey, MAGA, you've been exposed. You're not going to win. You're done. You really are. Nathan's mom, thank you.
This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus.
Hey!
This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus.
Yeah, you're welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be playing with my moves. Heaven, let's go. Little Hawk. Hey, MAGA. Hey, Linda, you're going straight to hell, Linda. You know that, right? Thank you, Cole as Days. Thank you, Ange, all right? Ange, you are always amazing. Tiffany for the people. Cutie, I see ya. Ange, let's go. We hit the goal. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Peter, thank you so much. All right, we will help get Kamala Harris in the White House this year. This November. Cutie, thank you. We will do everything we can to make sure MAGA is no longer a threat to our democracy. Hey, Linda. Are you okay? You sound triggered. Kevin, thank you. Yeah, I love the cat one too. Thank you, Tiffany, for the people. Cathy. Jazzy. I hope you're doing okay, all right? Seriously. Hey, let's go, Lady Rima. Have a great Friday, everyone. Remember, show some love to all of the amazing content creators out here that are helping get the word out, all right? This is very serious business. All right, we definitely want women to have their freedom. We definitely do not want to go back to that dark place Donald Trump and his deranged supporters are trying to take us. All right, MAGA, you're done. You're cooked. Right, Cole as the days. Reggie! I don't got my effects for Jack Smith remix, all right? But hopefully I'll have them next week, all right? I got to do a lot of work, but I appreciate you. Slick as Rick, I appreciate you. Let's go. Dick the Ruler, where'd you go, bro? I was trying to bring you up, all right? I know you've been trying to get in for a minute. All right, Tinkerbell, nice to see ya. Let's go, Yazzie. Miss Cam, I see ya. Little Hawk, my brother. Bingo. Yep. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. Y'all better do the right thing and vote for Kamala Harris. And like Straight Fat said, all right, I get it, Yazzie. You white dudes, y'all better get on one of these Zoom calls and get it right. All right. Thank you, everyone. Again, without any of you, this wouldn't be possible. Bounce, I appreciate you. Shay, I appreciate you. All right, Mystica, I appreciate you. Listen, you have only this weekend. I know, right? Because I don't have all of my buttons. Cutie, So much. Go. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. I don't have it, but we're gonna do. He's a Jack Smith. Hey, Jack Smith. Go ahead. This September, Jack Smith. And let's have an evidentiary hearing, all right? Reggie, you're right. We're going to hit him with the Jack Smith remix on Monday. All right, Cole has the days.
It's Zeus.
All righty then.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave.
Yeah.
If you're not happy
Rick
in the
C.
U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
Thank you. Oh.
Come back if you want.
I saw that.
It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
There you go. If you're not happy in the United States, if you're not happy in the United States of America, you might as well get on that Trump train and get the heck out of here because we don't want you here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen up. Take care. Stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Oh, yeah, and MAGA, by the way. Tara, thank you. Hey, MAGA, by the way, I just want you to know this is another show where you all got cooked. All right? Cooked. You were cooked so bad you were terrified to get in the box. I don't want to see you in anybody's box. All right? Seriously. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. Take care and stay safe. All right? And don't do nothing I wouldn't do in these TikTok streets.